Good evening and welcome everyone to the Canadian Esports Championship Series Valorant preseason tournament brought to you by Brooklyn Bodega Esports. I'm your host, Darren Robot Martins, and today on the Red Bull analyst desk slash caster desk, I am joined by Gunnar and Loki. Gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
Doing
I'm
great.
feeling
Ready for
excited
some
about the
Valorant.
games.
Awesome. Good. All right, everyone. We have a fantastic tournament going on here this weekend. We have two streams, a little double stream going on, A stream, B stream. We are the A stream. The B stream is going to be CECS underscore Canada. If you want to check out those games there in this tournament here, this A side, A stream, we have some teams that are all ranking from Diamond to Radiant. We have some high level players here tonight and for the rest of the weekend. How the tournament is going to shake out is we have a double elimination style tournament, all best of ones in the round robin, and then we start moving to some best of threes and a grand final of a best of five on Sunday. That is the basic breakdown for our first game tonight. We have RSO and Unban. I believe that these are two teams that we haven't seen much from before. Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. Is there anything that, Gunnar, I'm going to throw this to you. Anything you're expecting big from these two teams? If you don't know them, totally understandable, right? We're in the preseason right now. But if you have any insights, anything big and exciting from these teams?
Yeah, no, so I'm not aware of these two teams, so it's going to
Okay.
be exciting to see what they bring this season uh, into some of this great Valorant that we have lined up, and some of these good teams that I'm excited to see and get to know better, especially out of the region.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at some notes that we have here. The unbanned team, we'll probably be expecting something that our good caster friend Wes Rambo did a little bit of detective work today. Unbanned, it looks like they've been playing together for a long time, for 5 or 6 years. Poor Melo, I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly. It seems to be the only one who's joining in more recently. Um, but they've been playing together for a long time and are expecting a lot of one duelist comps, often doing two
Interesting.
smoker comps. Loki, can you speak
Interesting.
to can you speak to the, doing a one duelist comp or a two smoker comp as opposed to some other comp teams that you would see?
Yeah, I think for maps like Haven or Breeze, two smokers are fine. But for maps like Ascent Split, one smoker is good enough.
Mhm. All
I
right. Well,
agree.
speaking of the map, sorry to cut you off there, Gunnar, but it looks like we are ready to go to the map ban. So let's head on over and see if they ban accordingly. If they're going to be playing two smokers, right? Are they going to stay away from those maps, or not? Now, I believe,
Exciting.
yeah, we'll be getting into it quickly here. Um, it's going to be really interesting, right? This preseason tournament. These are high level players. To see a team like Unban who have been playing together for a very long time, what that how that affects how good they do in the tournament, right? I think that playing
Right.
together for a long time can make a huge difference. Do you think there's going to be, Gunnar? I'll throw this back to you, and Loki, you can follow up if you want. But do you think there's going to be big differences in these teams, or because they're high level that they're going to be pretty close?
No, I definitely think that having some synergy built up and playing together for a long while definitely translates into the server. So I definitely expect to see the team with the higher uh, time spent together definitely doing better, regardless if they're all good players or not. Um, but you never know, right? Some teams can just come out and they just have instant synergy. There are those teams that just hit it off the bat running. So I got my money on the team definitely that's been stuck together for quite a while. So
Yeah, I have the pretty much the same opinion because it's like the synergy that wins you the games.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, the more that they practice communication and everything, the better it should be. So we do have some bands coming in here now.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. What do you know what they've banned so far?
It looks like this is a little bit new for me looking at this, but it looks like they've banned Fracture and Haven and Split is what it looks like.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Fracture is no surprise to anyone. New map that's
Mhm.
very complicated.
Yeah, it's a new
Very
map. I
new,
think teams wouldn't have much time to practice on it.
Yeah.
right?
Even though it would be
Makes sense.
fun to see it though. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of the map personally. I thought it was a great map design. And I kind of like
Yeah,
the
but I don't think any of the teams are, want to risk it right now.
yeah, no, so yeah. But you never know, right? It could be that secret pick that some of
Hmm,
these teams are kind of you know, having their back pocket, so
yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of fractures like tomorrow, maybe if not today.
okay. Okay, I like that prediction. That'd be fun. I really want to see some more Fracture. Fracture, Breeze, some of the newer maps, for sure.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I like to see Breeze a lot.
yeah, same. Because there's a lot of stuff that I feel like hasn't been done on that map. And you know,
Exactly.
I'm waiting to see some of those creative teams come up with some cool stuff on there. So it's gonna be fun.
Exactly. Yeah, especially for fracture, there are so many insane angles that are still yet to be
Yeah,
discovered. You don't see them in usual play.
yeah.
But
Kind of going
when
back
you're like
to
playing with your team, those some of those plays look really cool.
right. And going back to what Robert was saying, you know, if they do have some of these two smoker compositions, right, going into Fracture and Breeze, some of the bigger maps, that's also going to be kind of interesting to see how they use some of that utility to get on site and stuff like that.
And it's looking like our first game is going to be played on Ascent, with RSO being the attackers and Unbanned being the defenders in this first game. Of course, it's a best of one. So we will see very shortly as we get ready, these teams get ready to go here, what the team comps are, what their strategies are on Ascent. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Fracture. Every time we play it in solo queue, there's always a player who complains about this map, and they just like quit all the time, right? But I mean, that's how it always goes, right? In any game, it's when new stuff comes in, it's usually people don't like it until
They
they know
don't.
it better,
I don't know
Exactly.
why. New is good, guys. New is good. You know, it's
right?
fun. It's different. Right? You have no
Agree.
idea what to
But
expect.
as I
So
said, they have a tournament on the line.
yeah, well, true. Well, it's day one, so you know we still, you know, teams are gonna have some chances to redeem themselves if they don't do too well today.
That's right. We have a lot of Valorant to get played this weekend. I believe we're going to be going into Champ Select here soon. Just looks like we're getting things set up. So if we're expecting let's say a one duelist comp from Unban, who do you guys think the strongest duelist is, and do they just do a comfort pick?
Hmm.
Right, we're heading in.
Look, you want to take that away?
I'm just waiting for this. I see Jed and Sage. Okay, Jed's insta lock.
Okay.
Jocelyn, get insta locking Jed.
Look at the Yoru pick
There
though.
is,
That's gonna be pretty interesting if they stick with Yoru.
I'm not sure anyone's gonna pick Yoru and Ascent.
Not on a sign, yeah. I was gonna say that would
Okay,
be
we see Sova. Okay, Sova is a compulsory agent in this agent, in this map. Okay,
yeah.
Sky. We have Sky, Sova. Okay, so the defenders are having two initiators. Two initiators, one smoker, one sentinel, one duelist. On the other hand, we have
Hmm.
two duelists. Um, one smoker, one initiator, and one sentinel.
The Reina and the Jet pick. Hmm.
Yeah, I always like to observe the Reyna and Jet picks.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I'm personally, I don't think that Jet is as good as she was before the nerf. So, we'll see. We'll see what they can do.
But I think pretty opposite. I think Jet's still the best agent. I'm not sure with Chamber in place now.
Looks like we're
All
getting
right.
into the first game here of the tournament. Valorant tournament brought to you by Brooklyn Bodega Esports. Unbanned versus RSO. Take it away, boys.
All right,
Placing alarm bot.
let's get right into it.
Placing swarm grenade.
It's gonna be exciting. I think they're grouping up. Looks like it's gonna be an early B hit from the attackers here. So let's see what they got. I mean, they don't have too much utility. They're probably gonna rely a lot on Asha to set up some of these side takes here. Then we are gonna see the Vipers.
Straight up. Yeah, blocking outside, and I think they have heard some gunshots, so they know there are two or more than.
And look at Reyna's
at the
position.
beginning.
Look at Reyna's position.
Okay,
First
so
up,
they are entering up straight away.
we are seeing
That's
the
pretty
walk
good.
come out there. Nut is gonna go ahead and get the entry on
Okay.
next.
Not
So,
draw the
what
first
the-
blood. Okay.
Okay, interesting. Good pick. Falls off. Lost. They're kind of
I'm
trapped
not
here.
sure if they know. I'm not sure if they know this lane is trapped in there.
One
Okay.
enemy remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, defenders are pretty much gonna go ahead and hold out B side here. We do have their Reyna just kind of lurking. Jung, I don't know what he's. Oh, they planted A. Had me fooled.
Okay.
Jung is gonna go ahead and get that 1v1, and it's
Okay,
gonna make
yeah.
it 1v2 here.
Now you have to be a little bit careful with the Reyna, right? She's 150. Oh,
They do have
That's
to
a nice
smoke
shot. Okay.
or door. He's gonna have to swing. Jung not gonna be able to get two. Relevance with the 3K. And what an interesting pistol round there. So they faked out B. Actually
Yeah.
ended up A. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Not really what I was expecting, but
maybe I think Reyna should have kept his frenzy. That would have been easier by the way they rushed.
yeah, maybe.
Again, so Vipers going with the same smoke setup. Killjoy as well. Yeah, I think we're gonna observe a little balanced gameplay over here with the attackers. We see 2B, one in mid, catwalk, and two going in.
Got the airy supremacy. Sora somehow
So somehow stays alive.
Jung. Yeah, catches Jung outside. And you have Sova and Asha both holding that A main push, and for some reason they just didn't get the trade there. So far, everybody's gone quiet. They're just kind of waiting. Everybody's just kind of very disciplined here. This is something that definitely you'll see more out of the higher skilled players, right?
Exactly.
Like nobody's trying to make anything.
They are just waiting for the other team to make a mistake.
Yeah, even on something as simple as, like, you know, there's nothing here really for the attackers, right? Like, there's not much they can get out of this round, right? Like, if they get another pick, or if they get a pick, that would be amazing. That would be a success, right? Even getting two would be a pretty successful eco round here. So it seems like they want to hit B again. They're gonna group up and they're gonna try it, but Mixed
30
is
seconds left.
ready with the Ares to mow them down, and he knows. Jet is gonna go ahead and
careful.
come in. Not bad at all. Mixed with the turnaround. Lost is able to get a kill here, but there's not gonna be enough time. They get a second. Nut
One enemy remaining.
is gonna go ahead
10
and get
seconds left.
traded out by Relevance here. All up to Lost.
Oh, that's a nasty one, Cap.
Another one. Another one.
Yeah, he knows Sova is low HP. Oh, there's no time in the
He
QA.
has no business getting any of those kills. Mix is gonna finally take him out. That was a great eco round. That's what we were talking about. That's the most they could have hoped for in that round.
Yeah, that's a good eco. Very good eco.
Right there.
Alright.
Got the first buy round here. Excuse the mess, everybody. In the background, don't pay attention to any of that. Focus on these great plays that we're about to see here. We do have a judge coming out of Sora, and an early peek from Relevance is going to go ahead and take it out. And mind you, attackers want
Relevance be like,
yeah, he was.
Relevance be like, I got mine.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that. He was out there with no help from anybody. Boring, able to recover the Vandal here. He's gonna go ahead and get one, get two. Can he get the third?
No.
That was a good try though.
Oh.
I have the spike.
They have bomb. They know where Losk is. They're just gonna triangulate his
Remember,
position here.
Sora just has a judge. I think Sora is waiting for Killjoy.
Yeah, there it is.
There.
And defenders are gonna make pretty light work.
And yeah, they're just really wealthy right now.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know.
Look at the ego.
attack. Yeah, the attacker. I don't like that attacker composition that they got running on right now. And they're gonna do some type of a force. Jocelyn's gonna go ahead and be lucky.
Like,
What are you surprised?
so I think, yeah. So like, Reyna is gonna entry now. Like, yeah, for the first time I'm seeing this. Yeah, see.
A duelist entering? Insane. He's gonna go ahead and get taken down by Boring though. Boring has the side on lock with his utility. It's not gonna be easy to bust that. I don't know why they keep trying to force B here, Loki.
Oh.
Gets a second.
Boring is just making the game boring for the attackers.
Yeah, he really is. This is there's not much going on. They're just trying to run out B and Boring is not having it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, careful.
Ooh, mixed. Trying to get him through the wall. Not gonna get him though.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on him. Oh. That's pretty good eagle shot. Oh.
Not bad. Mix is gonna go ahead and get low, and all of a sudden there's a chance to bring this round back. Losk is pretty low though. Mix is gonna go ahead and fall back into the same position on Boathouse.
Okay.
And it looks like they want to fall off. No.
I don't see anyone flanking them.
Nobody. It's a respect
That's
thing.
unusual to see. Oh,
relevant.
You will not
nice.
kill
Ring,
my
yeah.
allies.
Realized. Oh, and then the revive. So. Okay,
Wow.
the rounds totally turned around.
Yeah, that literally came out of nowhere, but Amy and Sora still in this. 2v3, two of the attackers are pretty low. He has to clear that right side, doesn't. Lost is gonna go ahead and get him for free. Amy with the trade to 1v2.
Amy.
Both on site. Amy has to push. Doesn't really have too much time to hold. Not gonna really push him. He's gonna go ahead and spawn
See,
first.
yeah. He's gonna see the buns.
Mix isn't pushing it at all. Mix never peaked. Super clean round here from the attackers.
That's
not bad.
Rounds was pure entertainment. Especially you should say thanks to Knight, because like two one taps and the finishers, like real good play from Knight.
Into the revive too. That was a huge round.
Yeah,
They really needed
exactly.
that.
Really.
They really needed that round. So 3-1. First gun round is gonna go ahead and go to the attackers. And now they're gonna switch it up and they're gonna try A, but we're not really seeing them kind of go for that default. But Sora is gonna go ahead and immediately take the side solo pretty much here. They have A. Amy is still in the back, but how long is she gonna be alive for? She's gonna go ahead and get spammed. Jung is gonna go ahead and get tagged by the bot. Gets two. Amy with a great hold. And all of a sudden, this take is just gone. It's done.
Not gets one. Let's see. Oh, he gets two. Oh. Good.
Yeah,
that was
solid
good
hold.
play by Boring and.
Loki, what do you think about them grouping up? I mean, I kind of want to see them default a little bit more. Instead of just going for these big hits. What do you think?
Exactly. I want to see some balanced gameplay.
Yeah, they're just
taking mid control, and then taking your time and then taking a good decision after getting some info.
As one.
All right,
Right now it's just like one side push. See, again they're going A.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, they're just grouping up and they're just trying to brute
5A.
force their way into the site, and it's just not working for them right now.
Exactly. That's yeah. Okay, both of the Sova. Oh,
Jocelyn with a push onto the drone. Great entry. Nye's gonna go ahead and trade Sora here. And the
Okay, now
attackers
they have
finally have
Nut.
A. Yeah.
yeah. Nut have the Hunter's Fury activated, so he may plant and go back. I'm not sure.
He could.
Yeah, I think he's going back.
Amy is gonna go ahead and use her ult here for the retake.
Lockdowns.
But there's
okay, so yeah, that's the counter.
the Sova ult is gonna go ahead and come out. Stops this. Jung takes out Boring here, which is huge. Flashes out. Amy gets one. Amy turns around, gets two.
Okay.
But Nye is
That was a
gonna
clean
shut
round.
down the round.
That was a clean round, but you know, they just completely denied our statements. we,
Oh,
we
seriously.
wanted to see it.
Seriously, every time.
Yeah. Right, okay. I think they're taking some time to set up their tactics for this round as you.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
asking for
Someone's asking for it.
pause.
Yeah.
His teammate is bugged.
So, what do you think? Like, what's gonna be the half score?
I don't know.
What's your guess? I mean,
Unban is pretty solid right now. I want to say 8-4. That's my call,
could
man.
be like yeah. Going with the ratio, it could be it.
Yeah, great entries
Okay.
here. From,
Great entries, yeah.
From Ross. Yeah, this is 5v3 already. So this is what I was talking about. Just kind of spread out and take some map control in default, and it's immediately paying dividends.
Okay.
Lost.
Lost the two us now. Yeah, they have the A side.
Yeah,
They
this is
have
gonna
the
be an
A
A
side.
take.
Okay,
here.
no. Careful with the position of home.
Looks like Mixed and Boring are just gonna go ahead and save their guns, and it's probably the best thing they can do here.
Yeah, I think they are just looking for some exits from sure.
Yeah, they're definitely looking.
Yeah,
just for
they're
some
gonna sit there
exits
for
here.
exits.
And this is gonna be
That
good. This is
makes
a
sense.
flawless. This is a flawless round too. No guns
Exactly.
dropped, so this is good for
They
the
are
economy
making
to
their way
split it up.
to catwalk. They're making their way to the catwalk. Okay, they spot Sai.
Seems like they're gonna go ahead and push in. Jung is ready
Yeah,
though. Goes ahead and
okay.
takes out Boring. Not sure why they
Okay.
pushed there. They could have just kind of held for exits.
Eco, they can buy next round. They can buy.
You are right, my friend. You are right. It can go ahead and
So,
still buy, but look at that economy on unbanned
So
side.
there is something missing. There's something missing. A very big aspect is missing right now, yet to be observed. Can you find it out? Best
Not
tab.
sure.
Here.
We haven't seen an operator yet.
We haven't seen an op yet.
Here.
That's true. That's true, and I wonder if that's where Jocelyn might be able to find her group.
Jocelyn, yeah.
Jocelyn's
is
2-7 right now.
the tipsy over there.
We need the duelists to kind of step up, and so far both their duelists are at the bottom of the board, so we're gonna have to have a little
It's
bit
the
more
Sage and the
impact here.
Astra.
Those utility players. And look at this positioning here by Mix. He's pushed up into A main. He knows he's gathering all this info, and Sora goes ahead and finds Lost out
So
mid.
let's trade it
Jung.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, very
You
quickly.
will not kill my ally.
Here we see the
Oh,
reds
and
come
the
up from
reds.
Nye. They
Oh, okay,
hate
another-
Boring, but
another
look at Mix with the flank. He's
But-
gonna go ahead and find out
Yeah. This. Okay.
exactly where they're at. He's gonna push it. What a madman. Jocelyn, there we go.
Wow.
Gets the kill onto
Yeah.
Mix. It's a 3v1 here. Amy is lurking out mid. Should have an idea now that they're probably gonna end up out A.
Oh, and yeah, they're back into the
Seconds
game.
left.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
Amy is coming up for the clutch. Maybe. Let's see if she can clutch.
That would be something to see.
Yeah, that would be something really cool to.
I don't have too much to too much hope that she does, but we'll see. Look at this
Yeah, I mean,
position.
yeah.
They're all three under, just
Yeah, they're
waiting
all-
for some poor soul to jump down. Amy.
No.
Triple beak.
It's
No
not
chance.
possible. It's not possible. Like, yeah.
No chance.
She, like, yeah. You could have got one over there, but that doesn't make any sense. Taking no chances. That's what he got.
No chances. No chances out of both teams here. So far, we got a game on our hands. 4-4. It was looking pretty dominant from Unbanned side. But RSO kind of just showing us what they got here.
Deploying drones.
Right. Oh,
Jung,
that's an entry.
Again.
Don't peek
Another-
Mig.
Yeah, just don't
peek
peek
mid.
mid. If you don't have anything, yeah, don't peek mid there. That's just gonna be a free kill. And well, look at the momentum that they're getting now. Relevance does find a one tap onto Lost out in mid, which is gonna be huge. Nut
Oh.
trades out Amy.
Not-
Fabulous.
And there's the rotate here. They got the picks mid, and Boring, can he catch one? Isn't gonna be able to get one. This is looking like another round where they just gotta go for exits, I guess, right? Maybe try to find a gun or two, save into the next round.
No. I don't think they're gonna save it. Like, yeah. Okay. Wait, what? He just dismissed in front of him.
That's
That is pure
disrespect
disrespect
right there.
This is
That
pure
is-
disrespect.
Yeah, those are some fighting actions there. Boring immediately ults B main, and I like this. This is full B main control. But look who's waiting outside, and this is great utility here by Nut. He's gonna go ahead and drone the ult to see if he can find Boring, but Boring playing it way too smart. 400 IQ is gonna go ahead and fall back. And yeah, B main is locked, boys. He is closed.
You shouldn't, yeah. So, okay, they have headed towards the other side.
Our spike is down.
Oh, again, Sora is there for
Spike
the
down
flank.
mid.
Which is great, because we were just talking about how there was no real flanks coming out, right? So Mix
So,
found the
it's like-
timing, Sora found the timing, so flanks are coming in, and now they're kind of trapped. Look at where they're at, Loki.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of trapped. Both of the sides are locked. Now there's a Viper wall as well, so okay, that's pretty much cannot do anything unless they get an entry.
Yeah. No, Boring is playing this absolutely perfect. His
Yeah.
utility has
30
been
seconds left.
incredible so far.
Exactly. Mixed is like going out, but there is no one, so he knows it. There's the info.
Oh, but Nut is gonna
Oh,
go
Nut
peek
gets through.
out of the
Okay,
Viper
okay.
smoke.
Yeah.
And what an entry onto the
Okay,
side.
Seagus
almost
invested.
random.
Seagus invested. Oh, alright.
10
But he,
seconds left.
unlucky.
Spike planted.
You won't find anything with the Seagus.
Well, no, I mean, they got the info, right? Mix is
Okay.
gonna go ahead and
3v3.
find Young and V main.
3v3.
And now it's just.
Oh,
yeah, it's a
that
3v3 take.
shock dart. That shock dart, I think he hit in for 90.
Ooh, right on the wall, too. That is unfortunate. And look at this wall by the Asha. That's to
Yeah.
stop the spam onto the side. Super 200 IQ here. Right, it's
Mix.
gonna go ahead and flash in. Nai gets one. Amy gets another.
2v1, 2v1.
Remaining.
Oh, he
Oh.
almost gets a spray transfer.
Oh,
Lost. But none of that. Not today, gentlemen.
yeah.
Great
Lost
round here by
saves
the
the day.
attackers. Yeah.
Exactly. Lost is playing brilliant. Like, he's entering, he's defending. Like, perfect play from
I
him.
should probably place some stars in the astral plane.
And that was a really nasty shock dart of not Mixed. That's just pure Sora depth right there.
Yeah, that was a shot and a half. So again,
Swamp grenade.
I don't know why, but RSO is gonna go ahead and just group up. Seems like they're gonna take mid here. Mixed, getting some info early. He knows there's a couple mid,
My ult
and
is ready.
immediately we see the utility come out from Viper. Stop some of that. Stop some of that aggression towards mid with the wall. So
Yeah, I mean, in the last round, they invested 2 wards, still they lost the round. So
Yeah.
it was like,
and I
Very
see
costly
this a
round for them.
lot. I actually see this a lot from ours. So I think, you know, they like to just kind of like group up and just wait outside of these sites and just make no noise. Like they might make some initial noise, right? They cut all noise and then they just sit there and they wait. And I think they're doing this as an adjustment to the flanks
so there are
that
some
we saw.
calls going out. There are some calls in there. Mix is hinting that I think someone is at catwalk, but there's no one.
Yeah, they have.
I mean,
Well, that
all
Viper
of
wall is
them,
blocking
all of them are.
that visibility. Yeah, so they're grouped up in A main. This is definitely going to be a fast A take here. And there comes the flash, and here comes Jocelyn flying into generator. Is looking to get the kill on Amy. Finally gets it.
Okay, nice. Well, this
Pretty much on the side here. Yeah, mixed. Using
Yeah,
the
I mean-
ult, does take out John. Gets a second on Jocelyn. What an ult by Mixed here. And this is just going bananas. What is going on? What a crazy round. They somehow found the trades back. Mixed in a 1v2
You
here.
will not kill my
A 1v3 Nye with these revives. It's just so clutch every time. Every time, Nye. Another great revive. So that's going to be 7.
I think this is the 3rd time Naya has used his revive, right?
Yeah, and like mid
and
round 2
and all
on
of
post
this. Exactly, and all of those rounds have been like, they've got back those rounds. Like
Yeah.
they were losing in the start, but they've turned around.
They somehow break. Yeah,
Completely.
they turn it right back around. Those trades that were so fast, I didn't even know what happened. So
True.
this is the default. This is the default that I've finally been waiting for. And then Sora immediately rips the head off of Jocelyn. And now we're on a 5v4.
Will we see a Guardian one tap at mid? Okay, no. Relevance is backing off.
That was so fast into the round. Like that is questionable. If you're Jocelyn here, Jocelyn is struggling. 5 and 10 right now. Hasn't found her groove yet. If you're gonna be running that double duelist, you need your duelist to pop off, Loki. Because nobody wants a bottom
Exactly.
fragging duelist. You know, that's just
Yeah.
that's not it. It's just not it.
that's just something no one wants to see. Okay, we see some trades down mid.
Yeah, we are seeing some.
Oh, okay,
ammo
I see
here.
the operator. It's a Reyna with an operator. You don't see that quite often.
Enemy marked.
It's new meta, man. It's new meta. Easy kills with the operator into
30 seconds left.
into a full heal. So
now, yeah.
nah, they
now
switched
they're-
back. That was just for a pick, I guess. Oh no, he opts to go for the Vandal here.
Yeah.
Gonna go ahead and take out the bot. Sora trying to spam through the smoke to try to see if he gets one. Does go ahead and find Amy lacking. Sora somehow takes out Jung.
Oh,
He takes out Nye.
Sora.
What is going on here? Lost in a 1v2 now, but he doesn't have the bomb with 4 seconds, and you hate to see that. Why did they push Tree with the bomb? That is just not the move. And they find Lost after the time. Loki, what is
Switching
going on?
Yo, there's a lot of stuff going on. So firstly,
Yeah, there is.
see the score line. It's the other way around.
Close. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a 8-4.
8-4. It is
for
5-7.
unbanned, but yeah.
Exactly. It's quite the other way around.
This is looking a lot more exciting than I thought it was gonna be.
And to be honest, whenever we doubt them, they prove us wrong.
Yeah, every single time. Instead of the caster's curse, it's the caster's blessing. From me and Loki here.
Exactly.
We're seeing a pretty decently spread out default coming in here across the map. Just trying to find out what's going on, and Relevance is about to get some pretty big info here on Cat. Jung gets the kill, somehow gets out. If he gets two, that would have been huge. Gets the dig instead. Zora.
So with the jumping headshot.
Love to see that. That's a Valorant and a half. The right click just ain't it. Thank God, Amy just turns around and
Amy just got digged through the wall, but
so now they're gonna go ahead and rotate back. I like this. I actually like this a lot. They have the free site, they know, and they might just catch them
both of them are gonna be spotted. So now they have
Sora's position, gets the dink here. Almost takes out both Nut and Jocelyn. Jocelyn, for some reason, just white swings.
Spike planted.
Okay, they can
Does
win
get the
it.
heal. What?
Oh yeah,
Molly.
and there's
What
the
a molly.
snake bite. There's the snake bite. Yeah, that's like,
Shock dart.
no, you shall not pass. Yep,
But not
there it is.
though.
Good trade.
Nice little shocky dart.
Yeah,
But boring.
the
sense.
snake bite was very crucial.
Yeah, it was.
No, it gave us time to reposition and then trade him.
Right. Yeah, that was huge. Well played. Well played.
That is something you won't find much in rank.
I agree. No, at all. Ever. Ever. Pretty much. But I do want to see some more coordinated pushes for some of these teams. Like, so far it's been kind of very, like, standard stuff. We haven't seen any, like, crazy executes onto any of these sites. So, let's see what Unban has for us. Maybe they got a little bit of a spicier take here. Amy's bot is going to go ahead and give them some early info that there were a couple people pushing B main here. Not. Trying to hold mid. He's going to get rushed down here. Flash comes out.
Okay.
Hopes for the best. Doesn't get it. This is going to be a
Alright.
clean round for
This is
Unban
gonna be
here.
a rush. Run gun.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, he
Okay,
saw
I
the
think
tip of the gun.
maybe a
Nice.
flawless. Yep, there's a
Yeah, he
flawless.
did. He did.
The symphony of death.
So,
Great
so
to
far,
get
they're bringing it back. Unbanned 7-7 right now. So, you know, this on this side, I kind of expect RSO to be able to kind of hold down the sites here. I mean, they
Like,
all they
yeah, I
have
mean,
really
they have
is this
Vandals and
Sage.
They have
All they
Raptors.
really have is this Sage, but maybe you want some of your duelists to go for these early fights. I mean, I know they're defending, but sometimes you gotta be aggressive, right? And so that's, look at it right there. Jung is gonna go ahead and get into position. He is gonna go ahead and fall off. Perfect timing. He's actually gonna stick around. He peeks, gets the kill on Relevance. Perfect. Knight gets another one. Down to the 4v3. Knight gets a second. Nice. So crucial in these moments. Jocelyn with the Odin. Okay.
Oh.
Mix.
Okay.
Making it interesting. He knows where one of them is. He has to play this
I know both
perfect,
of
but
them. Oh, like that was a very good bonus round. You know,
it was.
they
It
took
was.
down
It was.
3 rifles.
Yeah, yeah. It was a huge bonus round from them. Nut is gonna go ahead and buy the Ares. Big fan of that gun, by the way. Big Ares supremacy guy myself. What do you think, Loki? Do you like the LMG action, or what's going on?
Yeah, I like the area, especially on Sova.
Yeah, especially on Sova. He's lined up too. He's hoping. He's hoping. He's got mix in his sights
you know,
right there. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, it's yours.
But look at yeah, but look
I
at
mean-
how versatile Jung is. He's all over the place.
Exactly.
He was an A last round. Now he's
And
in
he's always-
B.
And he's always the guy with the first blood.
Yeah, always. Looks like they maybe want to fight mid here. Sora's gonna start walking up. Gets a huge kill onto Lost here. And it looks like they might want to just power their way through the market, but Jocelyn caught Mix flipping in Cat. And they would be unwise to push this, Loki. Or not. Or I'm absolutely wrong.
Alright, that's Reyna diff.
Reyna diff for sure. And they're gonna decide to back off. Jet is gonna go ahead and hear all of that though. But what can Jocelyn really do? She's low. 30 seconds left.
30
She's
seconds
gonna
left.
play up close to the
There.
judge. I like this, but can she actually get one here? Sora just knows.
No.
So methodical with the clear
cautious.
here. Too cautious.
Sora just
Sora,
knows. Yeah.
he knows. Sora is aware. That is an aware gamer here, but Nai is the
Nice.
bane.
That's such an unlucky timing for boring.
So unlucky. Nai seems to be the thorn on their side time and time again, but they have the crossfire here on the side. They kind of have to clear. Sora's playing this perfectly, not peeking at all, but here comes the shock arrows. Not isn't going to get much off of that.
Enemy remaining.
Is
Oh.
oh my god. Peeks and instantly gets his head ripped off. They know where the last player is on generator. Nai once again just stepping up.
Yep.
When Unbanned needs Nai the most.
Yeah, and I think after this defuse, Nai is gonna be just 1 point away from his ult.
From that pesky revive of his.
Yeah.
All right, Loki. Who do you got your money on? Who do you got your money on, Loki? Are you a betting man? Who do you got here? You got Unbanned or you got Ross? Who do you?
Yeah, you know, to be
Ross,
honest, I'm just enjoying
RSO.
the game. I'm just enjoying the game right now. I'm just loving both Sora and Young.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, so we have.
Despite not having
Is that
like,
the side? Oh no.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean they're playing it slow. It's like their ego. So I think they just want to play for picks.
Yeah, they're definitely playing for picks right now, and you kind of see that on the map, right? They're all just kind of spread out right now.
Perfect.
Oh,
And
that's-
Amy
My
that's a
ultimate
gets
is
the
mistake,
ready.
pick. That's a huge
Yeah.
mistake from not overextending there. It's an eco. There's no reason to be pushing out mid there at all.
So Young knows that someone would come to pick up that gun, and he's got his op ready. Yep, there he
There it
goes.
is.
Spike down mid.
And he knows there's more mid, and does he want to go back for more though? It doesn't seem like he's gonna re-aggress mid here, but look at
Okay, so Young is given mid. Young is given up on mid, so he wants to someone blood. Okay, he's fought the dog and the yeah. Oh,
Relevance?
Oh, somehow he dodges the flat. Okay, that's really unlucky for the relevance.
that is very, very unlucky for relevance.
30
There. He should have had the flash on Jung. Jung, one more shot. He's gonna go ahead and miss. He has to fall back to the site, but he has Jocelyn in B main holding, and Jung just shuts down the mid push. And it's all up to Amy and Mix here, and look at this positioning by Mix though. He definitely has a position, finds Lost though, and Jung is just so ready, Loki. What is up with Jung? He loves his op. He's
Okay,
on pace
he
with
wants
the
his
ace
ace.
here. He wants the ace.
No
Nah.
way, man. Come on,
Come
that's
on.
denied it.
You don't do that. Give him the ace.
At least
Fans needs the ace.
they're keeping it professional.
Yeah, they're keeping it classy.
Here.
So far, nothing super crazy. It's been a lot of picks, to be honest. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I want like a round to break down. And there have been a couple interesting rounds. Interesting indeed, and Lost looking for an early fight. Not sure how I feel about this, especially on Cat. He does spot the shoulder of Boring though. Gives him a little bit of info what's going on. There's at least one towards the B side of the map here.
Watching here.
But here comes
It's a slow game again.
RSO creeping up A main here. They are gonna go ahead and clear Vineyards. one.
Okay.
One seller.
Oh, there's the revive.
Just what we were waiting for. Immediately falls off, and now they kind of have an idea. This could be an A hit here.
Sora.
Sora lurking out mid does catch out Jung, and he's looking for another fight, but he gets caught out with the flash in the hand. You hate to see that, folks. Hate to see it.
That's the guy who was revived.
And that was, yeah,
That hurts.
that hurts. It does. I think that's the first time I think I've seen Relevance
30 seconds
use his
left.
heal.
No, he's been healing like quite consistently.
Enemy remaining.
You know what would be cool
Okay,
to get like a stat? To get like a stat, like if you're like a Sage, besides assists, like how much have you healed? Like I think that would be like a cool graphic to have on the scoreboard, right? Like if you're Sage, oh I've healed 1,000 HP, right? Like that would be pretty cool.
You know, did you just observe like how quickly the round turned? Like in the favor of the defenders. It's like it was 4v3, and all of a sudden three people like got killed instantly. Just at the
Yeah,
beginning.
that's
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 something very
not work.
coordinated.
Yeah, and look at this though. They might be feeding Jung. Jung expecting the peek there. Does take Sora for free. And nobody can do anything about it. And they're kind of scared and they just kind of know. But here comes the ult from Killjoy. And I don't think there it is. Never mind.
Yeah.
Mix already way ahead of it. He's saving his ult to take out.
Exactly.
He's ult
It's
every
like the
time.
tactic to cancel out the lockdown.
Yeah, every time he's
Now-
used it to cancel the lockdown. So.
And now the attackers, they look helpless. See, it's like they had a plan to get the lockdown initiated and then get the side, but now the plan is just
It's
dismayed.
gone. It's over.
Yeah.
Send it. Forget about it. Just go. Press W, boys. They know you're there. They have no map control.
Exactly.
Look at Lost.
And-
Look at Lost. Top mid sitting, just waiting. They know.
So they have all the info. Yep.
But for some reason, Jocelyn should have rotated to A a little bit earlier here. But she is going to go ahead and rotate now. And here comes the take. Jung has been a menace with that off. Can't do much more than that. That's a one and done spot.
Yeah. Somehow it's 3v3.
Somehow it's 3v3, despite them having the early pick at the start of the round. Here comes that flank from Lost. Boring though. Ready for it.
Amy's gonna do real bad.
Amy in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Ooh, and you hate to see it. Jocelyn with the Odin makes quick work of Amy. Just gonna go ahead and grab that off. So
Yeah,
Let's
and
see,
now
let's see.
we're gonna go into the match point.
already, wow, that
Yeah.
dealt fast and slow at the same time.
Match point.
How did we get here so fast, Loki?
It's just this half. No.
Yeah,
like,
this
really very fast. Like,
Yeah, this half has gone by pretty quick.
and I'm surprised that I haven't seen much action from Jocelyn. Only 10 kills, not many blade storms used. Like it's like only one time. That's
One
got
time, yeah.
the Sova.
There.
Yeah, but Jocelyn did kind of pick it up though. If you remember, I was calling Jocelyn out for being like 5 and 11. So
There.
Yeah.
good job on just kind
I
of
think-
mentally staying there.
Oh.
That dash forward was definitely not on purpose. So definitely got a little lucky there on that.
Yeah.
Look at this
Now
double
he's much more
off
confident.
setup. Yeah,
He's gonna peek mid, and I think he's gonna find.
they're not
Okay,
expecting
blocked off.
another
It's-
off mid. Yeah,
It's blocked off.
yeah, they're out of there. But Jocelyn is still aggressing, not done yet, and there's the Blade Storm. Is gonna go ahead and take it out there. He does hear the footsteps
Scout
in
destroyed.
B main.
I've
Also,
got
just
your
gonna go ahead and reposition. The Seekers are out. He tries to get a kill through the smoke. What a arrow here from Nut. Jocelyn through the wall. Comes out, misses the right click, somehow gets away. How did you
Okay.
get away there?
Unlucky for mixed.
Unlucko. Unlucko Mallucko.
Oh.
Oh, but look at this Viper
Oh.
ult.
Man, that was an insane play from Lost.
Oh my god. And
Okay.
there we have it. Our first map
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and go
It
to
is deserved.
RSO. Yeah, and they started
just
this down too, so
Defenders
Nice.
win.
Really nicely taken.
yeah. Yeah, that was yeah, that was something. That was definitely well fought from RSO to not only come back from that shaky start, but close it out pretty in a pretty dominant fashion, I would say. Loki, what do you think?
Yeah, so, the second half was like totally to their way. It's like they only got those pistol rounds. That's it. They didn't want a single rifle.
Not at all. So I'm gonna throw this back over to Robert.
Yeah, I believe that we're actually going to take a quick break before we get into our next game. Great cast, boys. Of course, RSO taking the win there against Unban in our first game of the tournament this weekend. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the Canadian Esports Championship Series Valorant preseason tournament. We're getting ready for our second game of the night. The first game won by RSO versus Unban. Gunnar, sorry, actually, I should introduce Rakuno is coming in for Loki on this one. Loki's going to be joining us again on the next game. But welcome to you, Rakuno. I see. I think maybe Loki is still on the screen here. I'm not sure, but he's with us. Don't worry, everyone. Loki is with us. He's always with us. But Rakuno's coming in on this game. But Gunnar, I just want to ask you about this last game. You know, early on, it looked like RSO was a little bit behind Unbanned, but they made a great comeback. Big plays that you found really turned that around for them.
Just really John stepping up on the entry. He created so many opportunities for them early on in the round, and they just always capitalized on those openings. So, if they can keep that up going deeper into the tournament, that Reyna pick. I mean, obviously their team pick is gonna change a bit throughout the maps and throughout the tournament, but if they can keep playing like that, right? They're definitely going to be a team to look out for, right? Despite that 0-4 start, they paddled back. That was a what was it? It was 4-0, and then they only gave them another 3 rounds. So I thought that was a great game. I totally didn't expect that, to be honest. I almost thought it was going to be one-sided. So yeah, shouts out to RSO for sticking in the game.
Yeah, and we were talking about Unban playing together for a very long time, playing different games together. Obviously, Valorant is a very new game overall. And RSO, I know they had one U of M player on the team. They obviously don't play together all the time. And they brought out the win. So it's going to be really interesting to see them move forward here. I believe that they are going up against mostly Harmless, our last champions.
Yeah,
In the CECS?
yeah, that's gonna be one tough opponent to beat here. Mostly Harmless is definitely coming. They're sitting comfortably, right? They're the reigning champs, so let's see what CECS Playground can do. Let's see what type of damage they can do to this team, because they are what I think is the favorite of the tournament. So
it's CECS Playground versus Sub Buddy.
Yeah,
correction there. RSO will be firsting, mostly Harmless. A little mix up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
but
still,
we do have... yeah. Still, RSO has their work cut out for them when they play that game next. But yes, this game is CECS Playground versus Sub Buddy, who are two teams that are coming back from last season, I believe, right, gentlemen?
That's correct.
Yep, that is correct.
All right. I think that we can probably start heading into the map bans here, see what these teams are wanting to play and not play in the second game of the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to this match for sure. I mean, these two teams know each other actually pretty personally. They kind of like having fun. They play together and they're kind of part of the same group. So I'm excited to see how this game goes. So again, both returning from last season, both had really fun seasons. They're all great guys to talk to. I'm just gonna guess right now that Breeze and Fracture obviously won't be played. I remember last season. Six Playground actually played Breeze, I think, in their best of 3. I can't remember if it was against casuals or mostly harmless, but they wanted to have fun, you know, and it was a really great match to watch. Both these teams are great to watch, so I'm excited, and it's going to be a really fun game.
Raccoon, if you had to choose between one of these two teams, who has the upper hand in this matchup?
It's really funny because I don't think either of them have an upper hand per se. I just think
Right.
it's whichever one of them. Like these
Shows
guys, I know
up.
these guys are just playing for fun. These guys are wanting to have fun. It's honestly whoever just hits their shots more. Like they're pretty evenly matched in my opinion. So we'll see what happens.
All right, it's unexpected. Unexpected things are about to happen in the server.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
do we have the map ban yet, or are they still working out on that?
Yes, we actually do have the map ban going right now. So it is actually between Split and Ascent right now on which map it'll be.
I don't want to see another Ascent.
I would
Personally,
rather see Split, but
I'd
I
rather
mean,
see Split.
but
That's me.
Split, you know, it's okay. We got Split. Look at that. Okay,
Let's
perfect.
go! Hype in the chat, everybody.
Yeah,
No
so I'm
back to
excited.
backs.
No back to backs. But yeah, no. See, like again, even in chat right now, there's like, like switch it to a bad server, let everyone be 100 ping. They're trying to have some fun. They're just joking around, so it's really funny. But yeah, no, Split is definitely still more so a defensive sided map when it comes to just how you take site and the lanes you use and the angles that there are. So I mean, I'm expecting more of a defensive sided map, but again, it could go either way with these guys just kind of having fun. So, you know, depending who starts, I think Six Playground's starting on defense at the moment. So if they can get a comfortable lead and close it out on attacking side, it should be pretty easy pickings. But you got Drazo on the other team, Kaloy the boy from last season. They show up real good. They hit some nasty shots. They have incredible aim. So I'm excited to see what happens between these two.
And I'm brand new, so I haven't even seen these two teams play. So I'm just as excited just hearing Rakuno talk about these guys. So
Oh no, there's been some sick plays from these. I remember specifically last season, I was observing Eamon. He got just a nasty ace. Like he just ran through a whole team, got an ace. You have Kaloy hitting flicks,
Oh my
Drazo
God.
hitting flicks. Ender, who is I think near last season, absolutely. Just he's like the support of the team. He keeps everyone's head a little cool. Makes the nice plays, makes impact frags. So you got Poppy Rasa. He's he's a super fun guy to talk to for sure. He's definitely one of the crazier people. Aim It for sure is that person where you have to just really watch. Like sometimes he'll just goof around, but then he'll surprise you with his shots. TWK, I'm pretty sure there's a sub. Haven't seen him play. Rich is definitely an impact fragger as well. He gets those frags when it's needed the most. I'm expecting big things out of Rich on Split. If I remember correctly, he likes playing like Killjoy, Cypher. So I'm interested to see what happens there.
interesting indeed. And
Yeah, look,
do you kind of know, Rakuno, what type of team comp they might be going for, these two teams?
Team comp wise, honestly, I'm expecting a Jet obviously from both teams. That's just something they constantly played. Since Chamber is available, I guess maybe we'll see a Chamber. That would be real nice if we could see a Chamber. But no, you got your Jet, you got your Killjoy on Six Playground. You may get an Astra, but most likely an Omen. And then you have your flex picks. You may get a Reyna, may get a Sky, may get a Breach. I guess you really see what's happening. With Sup Buddy, I mean, you got your Jet opping. I know they love their Jet op on that side for sure. You got your, if I remember correctly, definitely probably an Omen for sure. And then I would not see anyone else can play whatever. So I guess we'll see what happens on that side. I want a Chamber.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I want a Chamber.
I want to see a Chamber too. I haven't seen much of Chamber, and I definitely haven't seen like any crazy Chamber players. So that's something else that I kind of want to see too, right? Like I want to see Fracture plus Chamber plus a good game. So we can get that going. If we can get that somehow scheduled.
That'd be real nice. We'd be like, guys, just pick Fracture. Two Chambers battling it out. That's all I see. Teleports after shots. That's all I want.
From one side of the map to the other.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got an R from the team, so I think we're ready to get in this match here, Dylan. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready for this.
I am too. I am indeed ready to see. I kind of want to see what the agent selection is going to be, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Especially like, so would you say that they're goofing around, or are they here to prove something?
Okay. I don't want to spill any beans, but these guys again are friends. But like, you know, they were asking, you know, they're just like, hey, you know, like we like to goof around and stuff, but like, you know they have to play serious. They're like, can we play like red light, green light from Squid Game, and you can reset? I was like, no, we can't do that. They're like, oh, okay. I was like, no, we can't do that. Sorry.
Definitely can't do that.
But no, they also definitely want to, you know, beat each other, so it's gonna be a really fun game. It's kind of bragging rights at this point, you know?
Bragging rights.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so looks like for CECS Playground, we have a Sage on Amit. Sage's Amit is famous. He always plays Battle Sage. We have Rich on Reyna, TWK Cypher, LeBron's on Jet, Poppy Rasa on Viper, which is an interesting pick. I did not expect a Viper on this map. It's very one-dimensional on this map. It's kind of hard if you throw all your stuff out, so interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, but it's almost like a triple Sentinel setup, right? Like they got the Sage, they got the Cypher, right? And they have a Viper. That's pretty defensive.
Yeah.
I do say so myself.
I mean, maybe they're going for heavy, you know, defensive-sided wins, but on the side of Sup Buddy, yeah, you have Drazo on Raze, which is always fun to watch. Guess is on Jet. Wait, did Amit just heal someone? Who broke their ankles?
What?
Who broke? Poppy Ross broke his ankles. He already had some damage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you got Kaloy. Yeah, no, Kaloy. Kaloy's on Sky, remember, awesome. Ender on Astra, and Stillmatic on Cypher, so let's get into this game. I'm excited. Take it away, man.
Let's get it. So we're gonna go ahead and see some early action mid here. There's the Battle Sage, like you were saying, from Amit, trying to get a fight on early, but they're just gonna go ahead and fall back for now. They got 2 in heaven. Cypher King is gonna go ahead and come out, and utility's up. Looks like they're gonna force into heaven, but no, actually they're gonna go ahead and push ropes. This is a split onto the A side, and Rich isn't gonna be able to get anything there. Guess takes him out immediately, and it's a free site. They have A for the free.
Yeah, kind of a free site though. Kind of surprising with a Cypher here, you know, couldn't get his trip setting anyone, but let's see how they do a retake here. 4v5.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting retake here. Maybe, I mean, does the Viper have like a crazy lineup for the smoke? Because if not, this is gonna be pretty tough, right? But they don't check screens. And what? How are these trades going the way that they're going right now?
What the heck just happened there?
Almost gets the 180 onto Kaloy. Kaloy somehow finishes him off. Poppy looking for Kyle Roy. He knows exactly where he's at, but somehow Kaloy gets it and Poppy hits the shot anyways. And he still has the wall. But
2 bullets.
He's not gonna go for the reload. He fakes it twice.
Oh no!
Stillmatic hits him with the old timing. And what a pistol around there, Akuna. We're gonna start this match.
That's what I'm saying, an exciting match. I'm telling you, it's gonna be just constantly rounds like that. It's so good.
I thought it was gonna be a little bit more troll, but this is that was a good pistol. That was fiery.
Yeah, it was really good. You know, they took control heaven, dropped down, avoiding some of those Cypher traps on site. You know, definitely a good plan for a pistol round. You know, people usually rush down that ramp trying to get on site, but taking heaven control and pistols actually gives you the biggest advantage for sure. So let's see what they do this round. I'm excited.
And it was interesting too, because it almost felt like they knew, you know, what Stillmatic was doing, or not Stillmatic, sorry, TWK with those traps. But it's almost like they knew where they wanted to go to avoid him and his ability. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, again, they know each other, so their little tendencies pop out.
Right. So Ender caught slacking though. He's gonna take one to the dome from TWK. Speaking of him, Drazo is gonna go ahead and start clearing side, and they pretty much have the B side here. Just pretty much clean up at this point. Nothing too crazy.
See if Rich can get a pick here. I believe in a little pick here. You know, get some eco frags, damage your economy a little bit. See what he gets.
Yeah, and it's so huge, and he finds one. TWK also finds another one, and he's gonna isolate. Maybe he didn't spot the jet, but he's gonna get Drazo. Oh, he almost turns around and gets ult with the spray transfer.
I actually thought that was a clutch. Oh, oh my! Imagine if he got that spray transfer. Oh my goodness, that would have been a highlight and a half.
Yeah,
I would have gave up right there. I'd be like, can we just forfeit right now? I'm done. I'm over it.
that would have been a sick first highlight of the tournament right there, but Guess was not gonna allow it to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Same
really well
freeze,
played.
though.
Yeah, no, really well played. Other, aim it coming out of the smoke with the shorty. Other than that, though, they played it really well. Taking having control for sure. Yeah, I mean, damaging their economy. And now the first gun run comes out from 6 playgrounds. So this is kind of where the determining rounds will go. See how they play.
Yeah, and kind of a weak buy regardless on the buy round. Did TWK spot? He did. He knows there's Stu and Garage. And they're just but look at the other side of the map. They're getting ready to hit A.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they draw that attention there, but I feel like, they're reading it a bit. There's no rotations. You got Reyna top ramp waiting for that push, and Viper backside. I mean, the Jet and the Cypher there, precautionary, but they definitely know what's coming here. Like, Rich is ready for this for sure, top of ramp.
He is 100% ready for it. You are absolutely correct. No, but he can't get the kill. Yes, somehow wins that fight. And here comes the dog to clear up backside.
Oh no!
Find Poppy. Poppy somehow gets one anyways. This is looking like a great bonus round coming out here for Sup Buddy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if they got like 2 to 3 kills, it'd be a great round. But the fact they got that early pick, dash onto ramp, definitely opened up the lane for them to get the site. But looks like a retake is coming, and they're gonna. Oh my goodness!
Last
Aim it
player
gets 1.
standing.
Ender gets 2.
1, and here we go again. TWK, time and time again, was hoping to get the timing here. Oh, he just spotted Ender, but Ender was the one who spotted him. He didn't spot him at all, but now he knows, right? Oh, goes for the walk peek. What a monster here. That seemed like we were writing that round off to Sup Buddy. That was looking like a great bonus round.
Dang, I mean, TWK comes in, nerves of steel, gets that nice clutch. Walk peek, like you said, that was ballsy of him. Like, I know people tap, but dang.
Yeah, he's feeling himself today, that's for sure.
That's a battle. It's a battle Cypher. It's fine. I'd take that.
The Cypher battles.
Alright, now everyone's pretty much got a gun here, so I mean, it's a pretty weak buy for 6 playground because how many deaths they had, but they still have some Vandals, they have a Spectre, light armors, some full armor, so I mean, they have to be kind of methodical with how they push here for sure if they want to get a good round.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and like you said, kind of a weak buy. Eamon had to go ahead and get the Spectre, but he does have some backup in the form of LeBron's here, and there's a bit of noise going on mid here. I feel like this is just part of their default.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely mid control is definitely a good default to have on this map. They're already in mail, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're just bullying their way through through mail. Pretty much at the stepping stone to be here. But look how disciplined they are though. They're not trying to force it, they're not trying to rush through, right? They have the pick, they just kind of want to take their time here to set up some utility. Ender puts out some of his stars. Rezo with the ult. Oh, he's just walking.
Oh, aim it.
What a monster.
Aim it.
Aim it. Cancels Rezo's ult out. Still Matic though. Finds TWK. That's a huge entry onto the B side. And Ender cleans up Aim it. And this is pretty much their site right now. But the 3v2, Rich has to go big here. Ender with 2. Somehow they walked into the flash and they blind themselves. How did they? What's going on?
Player standing.
Oh, yes.
Okay, all right. But Poppy has the read, gets 1.
Is he gonna check here?
Clear. Does he clear it?
I don't think so. No, he doesn't check it.
Oh, nice. Oh, Ender. Ender wanted to stay professional here. Doesn't go for the knife. Would have loved to see that.
I would have loved to see that, but again, very smart by Ender there. Definitely throwing that smoke on site. It made him think, you know, he's on site playing around his smoke. You can get those mind games in, you know? He's not going to check that. So very, very well done by him for sure. I mean, that could have went either way if he tried to fight it. So, I mean, he stayed safe, made the smart play, took the round, so good for them.
We know want smart play. We want content.
Yeah, I want Drazo double satcheling in every single round, doesn't matter where they go.
Yeah. Flying around. And this is gonna be a quick take here from Sam.
There we go, there he goes.
Bullying, he's doubled. Hey, he heard you. Like, you know, he's like, your wish is my command. He gets the entry out to Poppy too. But look at Amit kind of lurking in the smoke, waiting for his time. Isn't gonna get anything though. Now they kind of know, but TWK is paired up with LeBron on the flank here. Rich comes in from the side and just sidelines Stillmatic here. And this is looking like a good retake though. Kaloy has to come big here. Drazo doing everything for his team right now. Kaloy gets a second though. Rich with the one tap. But Drazo says it's over.
Yeah, sup buddy with another round. Wow. I mean, I was talking before about how this is defensive side, and yet here we are having attackers just absolutely, you know, just do whatever they want all over the map. You know, they take something. It's been close rounds, don't get me wrong, but you know, they're playing very well, very smart, and you know, they just know what they're doing. They know how to kind of pick apart 6 Playground right now, and they're just keep doing it. So, I mean, 6 Playground just needs to have an answer, stop their momentum, and get their own, and get some rounds on defense. Because if they can't get rounds on defense, I'm a little concerned for offense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Concern well placed. They gotta kind of shut them down here. LeBron's, what a ballsy peek here. Rips the head off of Kaloy and somehow manages to live to tell the tale. But Guess trades Amit. Amit not ready for this, I guess. Now they're just gonna cut all sound and just kind of wait.
Oh, look at this Reyna walking into this jet and sewer here. Let's see if it...
Oh, let's see it, Rich. And Gus wins that battle, though. And now they know, though, right? They know.
Yeah, exactly. They know no one's A. No one is A whatsoever. But here we have the Jet and Viper actually rotating off, thinking they're gonna go back that way. But then they walk back up. What is? They're trying to like quadruple fake them out here. They're really trying to play mind games, but they end up going out B.
Somebody is just in their heads rent free right now.
Oh, look at this ult by Poppy Rasa though.
No, I see it. But can he do anything with it? TWK though is gonna go across.
Drazo?
What's going on here? I got a little nervous.
Drazo jumping, just so terrified, just spooked. This Scooby-Doo just jumped out of his skin. That's hilarious. Yeah, exactly. Like, what is... Literally jumped out of his skin. That was funny. That was good. Nice little jump scares. But yeah, no, it's still able to get the kill, though. I don't know. Precise gunplay and everything, but, you know,
yeah,
it's
precise gunplay, everybody. That's why we love Valorant. That's why we play it. For the precise gunplay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, here, I guarantee you here, I think they're just going fast A here, is what it's looking like. Yeah. They're all stacked. I mean, if they don't, that'd be kind of weird. But I'm hoping Drazo gets a nice entry frag, maybe jump to heaven.
He's gonna go for it right now, and there it is. No, actually.
Goes towards elbow, smart.
Rise. TWK finds a huge frag on the site, though. Rich just goes full commando, jumps out of heaven, but is able to get traded up at LeBron's.
I've got your trail.
The Seekers, though, they're gonna find him. They know where he's at. He needs to shoot them.
Spike planted.
See what LeBron's can do here, kind of working it. Ooh. 2 knives left.
And okay.
Ender.
Sure why they're lining up.
Ender 2-piece. I mean, I see what they're trying to do there, but you're in a little elbow area. That's tough to do.
In a jiffy, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Not sure what the idea there was, but good try. Good try. Ender does go ahead and get a nice little 3K that round. And this is concerning, Rakuno. What's going on here?
I think they just don't have momentum. I don't even think they're playing the worst either. Like, I see them, you know, doing their retakes well, but I think it's just the momentum of Buddy that's kind of is the driving factor between these winning rounds. That's pretty much all it is, in my opinion. I feel like if they shut them down, like maybe 1 or 2 rounds, like get the momentum back, it'll be a lot closer. But I mean, I think they're vibing right now. I think they'll do fine.
Yeah. I'm just gonna see a standard default again. Just gonna go ahead and pretty much take mid. And they haven't been winning these fights, and LeBron's it's a cheeky little entry, and this time he's gonna live again, which is great. This is kind of what they need. 6 playground here, this 5v4. They just gotta close this out, and maybe we can start talking about the momentum going potentially back in their way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Buddy already have 6 rounds. That's plenty for defense. It just all comes down, I think, to the next half's pistol round. Depending who wins that, I feel like, you know, the game could go either way, depending on who wins that round. So, oh wait, he's gonna. LeBron's gets 1. Nice, nice, nice. If he didn't get 1 there, that would have been very, very bad.
An Ender. Rich might just walk into them.
Oh.
Rich gets Ender, gets Kaloy.
Down mid.
And here it is. Finally, another round on the board. And Rich, what a sick little shot onto Snowmatic.
Hey, Rich, really? You just gonna pop off like that? Okay, I see you. I see you. Get a nice little 3K.
Reyna diff, Reyna diff.
Reyna diff. Just for everyone that doesn't know, no Reyna's on the other team, so it is a Reyna diff for sure. But yeah, no, Rich is leading right now, 8 kills, 7 deaths. We got Drazo on the other team on Buddy, 11 and 5. So definitely duelists are putting in their work right now. LeBron's as well as the Jets, 6 and 7. You know, not the best score, but I feel like, you know, he's doing his job. He's holding down what he can, and I feel like his impact frags will come maybe more on offense when he's the entry.
Yeah, definitely. LeBron's though doing really, I mean, both the duelists are doing really good work for 6 playground right now. Like you said, I don't think that either team is, or 6 playground isn't playing bad. They're just not getting some of these fights to go in their way. And let's see though. Again, Buddy going for the mid default here, trying to take some map control. They are gonna go ahead and take Mail pretty fast here. They're just gonna go ahead and take it. Drazel somehow misses the ult though. Bobby has to go big. Can't. Kaloy. LeBron's. The back and oh no! Oh my goodness! The back and forth here.
where you are.
But it is Buddy who's gonna come out ahead. TWK on the prowl, looking for an entry here onto the side. Spots. Yes, they know where Kaloy is. Oh. He gets baited into pushing. Rich gets taken out, and wow. Wow, what a fast round there. I love that take. That was
definitely, yeah. Yeah, definitely the back and forth there. I mean, getting that ult raise, you know, Drazo didn't really get the kill, but, you know, he got deep enough to where his team could follow behind him and follow up. So that's really important. I mean, you don't always have to get kills of the entry frag. You know, creating that space is more than enough, especially with that raise ult. No one wants to be around when that's in Raze's hands. So, you know, they back up, create that space, and, you know, you got all the space you want. And definitely the kills from LeBron's there, you know, dashing to sight was good. He just unfortunately couldn't get the kill on Stillmatic, and that's kind of what broke down their defense there. If he's able to get that, you know, better chance to win, but again, just the one fight that doesn't go in their way.
Yeah, again, just those small little fights that just would make a huge difference for them. And aim it, looking for something mid.
No
he's gonna
way.
Go ahead and find Stillmatic though. That's the only thing he's gonna find, pushing down mid. And look at this rotation onto the B side. They're just bringing it all the way back. They know that there's not going to be too much resistance mid here. And now they kind of have to worry about mid, right? They got no eyes, no info. And look at these positions. So passive, right? They have
LeBron's though. This is huge.
Oh,
Huge.
LeBron's going big. Poppy with the molly is going to go ahead and stop this push. That was beautifully done here by 6 Playground. They know that there's a guy in heaven now. And he's waiting. Oh, LeBron's, that is your teammate, my brother.
He's a little jumpy now. He's like, who are you? Where are you doing?
Where have you come from? Why are you in front of me?
He's on like 3 cans of Red Bull right now. He's ready. Let's go.
The Red Bull, and thanks to our sponsors, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there.
I got the spike.
Red Bull being one of them. Get a Red Bull, everybody.
Oh, guess.
Poison's gone.
Oh, what, Poppy? What are you? Why are you distracted? What is going on? What
Oh,
is going
no.
on? They just threw
10
this
seconds
round.
left.
They had that in the bag somehow. Guess just walks out and just has a field day, but Rich is gonna go ahead and get the advantage here and the info. They know where Guess is now. Guess has to go big here. They're chasing, they know, and they find him. Tag, you're it.
What an interesting round that was.
How does Guess just walk out into the
I mean-
site and just kill 2 people like that? That's unacceptable. That's
That was
guilty.
a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I know they're watching Heaven, but like, you know, bombs B main. You don't have anything on B main to stop the push, and you're just like, nah, it's good. They won't come that way. But
No.
I mean, it worked out in the end, I guess. So I guess it's okay. But
Well, Bobby was just distracted on the guy Heaven the whole time. He's just like, I'm just gonna stare at you.
he wanted it so bad. He just wanted the kill.
I think he just believed his teammates were holding his B main.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Which, you know, fair enough, right? They should have been, but. Alright, sub buddy.
Oh, he didn't see his head.
Go for a fast take here, Rich. Again, just finding these huge frags when he needs to. Spam does some damage. Ender is slowed on the ramp, and look at this peak. This could be huge.
Ooh.
Ender somehow gets one. Rich can't pick a target there, and now it's brought back to a 4v4, and it's not looking good here for Six Playground. They have the info though. They're completely over rotated onto Heaven, so this is a big gamble stack here by them, and immediately look at Poppy already doubting it, right?
Yeah, I mean, TWK here has to go big if they start pushing for sure. I mean, if they push into his trips here, I mean, that's a big advantage to them. You can see they're kind of just like lazily walking up ramp here, see if they get something. Nice flash combo there for sure.
Yeah, great peek there. Oh! Rich able to stay alive, but Guess just hit him with the Ferrari peek. Sent him flying. LeBron's though does go ahead and make something happen in ropes here. That was interesting. Took out the blaze from didn't get anything though.
He wanted a clip. Oh wait, they're dropping. Did they check? Did they check?
Flip, but Poppy, let's go! Oh, great. It's not the prettiest, but he gets it. And that's a huge round for the defenders and a great little comeback here.
The switch.
There we go. You know, you got your 4 rounds. You get number 5 here, easily winnable. You know, you get that momentum on offense. They're getting it on defense right now. Now it could go either way.
You're right. Now we got a game on our hands because what we were watching before wasn't much of a game. I mean, it was. Again, the scoreboard is.
It's it doesn't tell the whole story a lot of the time for sure.
It's deceptive.
But I do have to ask, Gunnar, are you more of a Vandal or Phantom guy? How are you feeling?
Man, so when beta came out for this game, I was preaching Phantom all the way, and being a CS player and loving that AK-47 and just always aiming for the head, nowadays, I'm a Vandal guy. I'm a Vandal guy. But it really depends on the conditions you want to play too, right? Because like if you want to play up close and you want to go for that spray down, you definitely want a Phantom, right?
I definitely feel you on that. No, I 100% agree, but I mean, I cannot keep using the Phantom. It's like Vandal. Oh, LeBron's a nice dash though.
Yeah, saved by the bell.
Oh, Rich, nice pick. Okay. Falls back.
Yeah, super important there. And look, this is.
Wait a minute.
This is sketch.
Oh no.
Patch is slacking.
And they're all rotated. Oh,
yeah,
what the heck?
free A site. It's like a Black Friday deal, you know? Like, hey, who wants a site?
You get a site. You get a site. You get a site.
Everybody gets a free site, man. Except when I'm playing ranked, I never get a free site. But
No such thing. You got it. You got someone just sitting in a cornerback site the whole entire round. It's fine.
So now, but this is a good retake though. They're in a great position. It's 5v4 now 5v3, and this is looking great for them. So this.
If Poppy can get a good wall here, maybe like ult closer to site, this would be really good. Nice Viper pit on elbow.
This is just falling apart here for Sub Buddy. Great little finish there by the 6 Playground boys.
Okay, good retake.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just when we were doubting the retake. they showed us what was up.
All right,
Switching
now
sides.
this pistol round, so important. But we do have, again, like both duelists on both sides, like on Buddy right now. Guess with 12 kills, Drazo with 12 kills on the Jet and the Raze. And then you got Rich and LeBron's on the Reyna and Jet. They both, one has 13 and one has 12. So they're putting in their work right now, and you know they're doing their job, getting the space and definitely getting the frags for sure. But again, you know you have Kaloy who's 5 and 10, but you see those beautiful flashes he's using to set up his teammates, and you know definitely helping out more than the scoreboard shows. So I mean, it seems like everyone's kind of impacting their team in a positive way. So it's really good to see.
Yeah, anytime your duelists are at the top of the board, it's a good day. It's a good Valorant match, you know. But yeah, both the healers, right, the Sage and the Sky at the bottom at the 510. But like you said, that utility, those heals, those flashes coming in big for their team. So
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting too because they don't have a Sage on split, which is definitely giving up a lot of mid control. And they have 3 Heaven though, so this should be interesting. And how they're gonna play this.
Look at this peak. Look at this peak. They're ready for it. They're so ready for this. They read it like a first grade book. They knew what was gonna happen here. They're so set up. And look, even they haven't rotated Stillmatic off of B. They just kind of know that this B split is coming.
Oh no.
Calroy.
Drazo. Yeah, nice 2K. We have someone pushing Raptors right now, but a lot of trips going out. Wow. TWK gets taken down.
Worked out pretty well for...
Spike down B.
Yeah, this worked out perfectly for Sup Buddy here. They're gonna go ahead and just clean that up. That they for sure read that. Like they knew that they were gonna end up be there. So someone's been doing their homework on Sup Buddy. So
I definitely think, yeah, definitely. I think you kind of like, I mean, I know they have no Sage mid, but I feel like they're kind of expecting that, you know? Like, I feel like there's like, oh yeah, we kind of have to stack mid, you know, have more people watching because of the Sage isn't there. And so they don't have much to slow you down. So I think you kind of like, you know, you want to pressure mid, maybe send some people to a site, you know, get them kind of guessing where you're going to go. But definitely that pressure. Oh, what?
Spike down
yes,
A.
through the smoke though. Takes on aim it.
He almost just killed LeBron's too. What the heck?
Man is a smoke menace. Don't hide behind that smoke because Guess is gonna guess where you're at behind that smoke.
Knocked him.
Alloy. Nice 2K, okay. Yeah, it's an eco round, you know, you expect it, but
You take those. We take those.
exactly.
7 to
Eco
10.
kills. Eco kills.
Yeah, the pat. Gotta pat the stats here, you know, feel good, get that confidence flowing, you know. I'm a fiend for those eco frags. So.
Oh, definitely. I definitely just run in. I'm like, yeah, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine.
You're dead.
Alright, gun round coming out here from 6 Playground. This is, I know I said the pistol round determines it, which it did, you know. Definitely 9 to 5 is a little tough on split to come back from an attack, but, you know, again, if they can get that momentum going like the end of the first half, you never know. You never know, so.
True, but we're about to find out here in just a second. 7 seconds to be exact. And I'm kind of interested to see what type of strat they're gonna go with here, right? We do see the op come out from Guess, so he did mention that he did love his op, and we'll finally get to see what he could do with it. And never mind, can't do much because he's dead.
Rest in peace, operator.
Yeah, rest in peace, 47 hundo. Oh,
Spike
No
down
way.
B.
On my wire.
ho, ho, ho.
What is going on here?
Eek, beautiful. They somehow brought this back to the 3v3, and Poppy is getting ready to. I thought he had the bomb for some reason, but he's gonna go ahead and hold down the site for his teammates.
Oh, look at these guys. They're
Boy,
on
just
full Ferrari mode. Oh,
in,
no.
Yeah, what is going on here?
Player
Ooh.
standing.
Nomadic using his utility from earlier on in the round. Wow. Okay, this is not looking good for the 6 playground boys. That was unconvincing to say the least.
I mean, they executed that well. Got the 2 opening frags, and
Yeah.
I honestly didn't see what happened there with the first 2 kills. But yeah, again, the 6 somebody just kind of Ferrari peaked with Spectres, and I mean,
And it worked.
It works. It works. You know, nerfed, but you know it works. So I don't.
Nerfed. I heard. No, Spectre too good. Best gun in the game.
Honestly, it is one of the best guns for sure. I mean, look at that. I mean, how do you say it's not when you can just run peek someone
And just
with a rifle?
them.
Yeah, and they're just standing still with a rifle. Like, what do they do? You know, like it's rough.
What do? They die, and they hope they don't see a Spectre for a while. So it's gonna be a pretty light buy here. Sheriff's all around. Not
Yes,
too
with
bad.
the op again though. Let's see if he can snag some kills here.
They are gonna cross, and your
Spike
wish is being granted here. Gets the early pick onto aim it, but they are gonna go ahead and take having control here. We're close to it, and Ender, brother, look the other way.
Oh no!
Caught slipping though, but now they know. Now they turn their attention to ramp. Ender gets 1, gets 2. They don't know that the 3rd is here though. Rich isn't gonna land the shot onto Drazo.
Look at this. They're ready for LeBron's too. They're already looking at rope. They know what's going on.
They know. They smell LeBron's. They can feel his fear. Look at him. Ender he knows. They LeBron said, "Hold my beer."
No.
Ender's was so ready for it too. I don't know how he's not ready to.
Headshot? Oh my
There,
goodness,
yeah.
what is going on? That was
30
insane.
seconds left.
Yeah, okay,
Someone get
but
a
for real though,
replay.
for real, how was that even accurate on the rope? I'm
I
so
don't
mad he got that
even know.
kill.
I don't even know. We don't hit those, boys. We don't hit those ever.
I
so
never hit those.
I definitely don't hit those. So shout out to LeBron's for that nasty shot.
All right, 11-5. This is where the comeback needs to happen right here. 6 playground
here.
need this round. They need this round.
This is it, boys.
This is it. This is the deciding round in my opinion. If they don't get this, the
here.
game's over.
Right here. Wasn't the pistol. It wasn't the first gun.
No,
round.
yeah, just ignore
It's
those.
random.
Third time's a charm.
16. Oh god. All right.
It's Caster's curse, Caster's curse, but 3rd time's a charm. It's fine. It's,
No.
it's okay.
We do caster blessings. We do.
Oh yeah, Caster blessings.
Yeah.
May 6 playground be blessed with a winning round.
Right here. I feel it. Incoming. Nice little lineup there by Poppy. Just learned that. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty
It's
cool,
gonna
yeah.
It's gonna go ahead and smoke. I'd assume that's for heaven.
Oh,
Okay.
Battle Sage?
Battle Sage in full effect. Gets that first opening pick that they needed. Isn't gonna be able to get the second though, but LeBron's coming in hot, caliente. Gets 2. Is gonna go ahead and take that B site for his team.
But that's how they're supposed to do it, you know, overwhelm the people who are holding heaven. You know, 3 of them swinging at a time, you know, someone dies, you get a trade. Swing again, it's 2v1, you get the trade if someone dies, and then you have sight. You have to do that. I mean, if you keep taking ones, you're not going anywhere. So, really good job by just forcing heaven there, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. That fast play definitely worked out. Kind of like what they did the half before, right, where Sup Buddy just kind of ran through Mail into heaven and just took B, right? So they took a page out of their book on that one. So and it worked out perfectly. Maybe they need a, like you said.
Oh, they're
maybe that
saving.
middle. Yeah. You know, save an
I
extra.
need some highlights. Come on, let's go.
You know, save the old Operoo. Why not?
Yeah, no, fair. But yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, taking a page out of their book for sure. Just taking the heaven control is so important on this map. Mail control, mid control. I feel like, you know, you put pressure there, that forces people to gravitate you. There's so many places you go through heaven. You get heaven control, you go through spawn, you could drop onto site. You go through ropes, get that control. So mid is definitely something you want to control. Because I mean, if you really look at the map, there's only one way into site from each way. You know, there's through B main, and then there's obviously through, like, you know, lower ramp on A. Of course you go to heaven, but I mean, there's one little junction you have to really watch out for. So if you go through mid and get that, it's a little scary for the defenders.
Absolutely. But you know what I would like to see here? Kind of like what you had mentioned, right? Maybe like send 2 people out mid, right? Get some attention going there. But really just fake it, right? And just make noise somewhere else, right? just maybe take A or B by surprise, and they're gonna over rotate towards mid because, like you said, they're just weak, right? Without that Sage middle, without that wall, it's pretty sketchy. But Gus
Down B.
gets the entry onto Rich. Great peek by him. TWK is gonna go ahead and take out Stillmatic. Poppy wants some more though.
Yeah, as you say that, again, like you said, you know, make some noise, back out. They were ready for that. They had an Astra Star there. They had a Sky Flash. They had a lot of things ready for them because they know that their mid's weak. So definitely, you know, making some noise and rotating would have been good. And look at this, they have A for free because they committed to that. They backed out, but they don't know it's for free.
They don't. And here we have Kaloy just creeping on by, just was holding that off angle. He's gonna go ahead and get smoked out though. And yeah, this is a free site. It's a 4v3, so they gotta play this together. They just gotta play this smart.
Oh no.
And that is not smart. That is not what we were talking about. This is going terribly wrong all of a sudden. And here comes no!
Oh no.
Basil is not having a good time.
Every time he has the ult, I swear he's dead. Every time.
Oh no, he missed though. He missed. You hate to see it, boys.
Sub Rosa ult. Nice try.
Sub Rosa ult. You love to hear it. And they find the op. Nice. So this is looking pretty grim here for the 6th playground, boys. What do you think needs to change here, Rakuno?
I think they just go back to taking his 5. I think they just, you know, do somewhere else. If you're gonna take somewhere, you know, don't split. Have all 5 go somewhere. You can, like, you know, play the map, you know, get some info, get some map control. But at the end of the day, you want to hit his 5 because that seems to be working for them. I think if they continue to like hit with 3, have someone rotate late, you know, that's kind of their downfall right now if they're losing their fight. So overwhelm them, take as many trades as possible, and see what you can do with that.
Well, let's see if they can hit together as a team, and so far the answer seems to be no currently. A nice little dog miss there by Kaloy. And that's a great res here from Amit. Isn't going to bait anybody out though. Everybody's playing super smart, disciplined, and here comes the blender. Kaloy gets 2. Drazo with the 3rd, and it's down to the 3v2, and look at Stillmatic.
Oh boy.
Almost gets caught by Poppy. Oh, they're playing a dangerous game behind those smokes and those cages.
Poppy. Nice try though, nice try. So this all comes down to a 1v3. He has 75 HP. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, you know, I'd say GG, but TWK. I do believe. No, I'll believe. Let's go TWK. TWK is going down.
Let's go.
Back stairs. Let's see if he peeks as well.
Oh.
Caster curse, I'm sorry.
The caster curse, man.
No more charges.
Well, that was a great game nonetheless. 13-6 is going to be the final score between 6th Playground and Sup Buddy. We're going to take it over to Robit.
All right, I do believe that we are going to take a quick break before we get into our next game, which is going to be RSO versus the winners of last season. Oh my gosh, it's
Mostly
totally
harmless.
blanked.
Yes, mostly harmless.
Harmless. Not mostly forgettable, mostly harmless. RSO versus mostly harmless. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. And we are back, everyone, to the Canadian Esports Championship Series Valorant preseason tournament. I'm iRobot, your host, and joining me on the Red Bull analyst desk and the casters for this 3rd game of the night, we have Gunner and the legendary Wes Rambo. Welcome, boys. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm all cozy. I got my turtleneck. I'm safe at home at CECS, man.
Yes. Safe at home with CECS and the sweater, and Gunner is safe at home with a dog on his head.
Good boy.
Love
Good
it.
boy.
Love it. So this game, the 3rd game of the night, everyone, is RSO versus our defending champions, Mostly Harmless. Wes, you've been around here for a while. You've seen Mostly Harmless play Are you expecting RSO to be able to win this best of one versus Mostly Harmless, or you think Mostly Harmless is gonna kind of do a little walk all over him?
No, they can't beat Mostly Harmless. Come on.
Who's
All right, hang
gonna
on.
beat him? Who's gonna do it?
For
Who's gonna do it?
real, RSO is a complete unknown. Like we have never seen these
Mhm.
people play. We know that Jocelyn is coming in from the U of M Gold Valorant team, plays with the likes of like Near and Guess from Sup Buddy, who we just saw on stream be pretty cracked. So these players. This team is going to be no joke, is my guess. RSO, but Mostly Harmless are a different beast, right? Like it is not. It is not just like we could come in and take a game off of them. You don't just randomly take a game off of Mostly Harmless. So RSO have to bring something special here.
Rambo on point, Mr. West. It's true. It's true. I don't think. Listen, RSO, they had a great first game, and all the props to them. But Mostly Harmless is the reigning champion for a reason, right? And it's not just once. It's been a couple times now, in a couple different games. So they have it's definitely a David versus Goliath storyline here for RSO versus Mostly Harmless. So it's gonna be quite the challenge for them. So let's see how many points they could put up on the board.
Yeah, and of course we did see RSO play earlier versus Unban on stream, and RSO had the comeback in that game. They were down 4-1 or 4-0 and only gave up 3 more rounds to Unban, who we were expecting quite a bit from as well. So, I mean, who knows, gentlemen? It looks like we are going to be playing on Ascent. So that's Ascent for the second time this evening.
Wow, wow, wow.
I'm not sure if
It's
you
my
don't like
first time
Ascent.
casting Ascent. I'm not bored.
Hey man, how was the B stream? So Wes was streaming, casting the B stream earlier. How was it going over there?
We took a look at Casual's Pink up against Ignition, both of whom we've seen before. My boy Ruin was on his inaugural cast at the CECS, did a absolutely fantastic job. We had a great time. But Casual's Pink, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it was a slaughter. 13-4 on Icebox. Casual's Pink absolutely dominated, and like it's Casuals, right? It's not the main Casuals Cyan lineup, but you still got RVE or DVE, formerly B-Boy, on there. You still got Raw on there, heavy hitters from last season. So Casuals Pink are looking great. That's over on the B stream. In the B tournament, which is completely separate, by the way, no confusion there. I was very confused, I'll say it first, but they are going to be very favored. I'm going to say Casuals Pink in that tournament. But we're on Ascent, and Gunnar, there's a type of car that I want to point out to you. It's called a Ferrari, okay?
Oh yeah,
And I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but what I want to see from RSO to take out Mostly Harmless, I want to see them embody the spirit of the Ferrari. I want those wide peaks, baby. I want them to get around the corner so fast,
swoosh,
take the head off of Ian, send a message to these boomers, and put them back, put them in the dirt. It would be very exciting, to say the least, if RSO could take a game here.
Take that, boomers. You never saw that one coming, huh? The Ferrari peak.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to work on the Ferrari peak, though. We might have to do some Lambo peaks too. Maybe some Maserati peaks. Who knows?
You never hear
creative,
the
man.
Aston Martin peaks.
The Tesla peak.
Well, it looks like we're getting ready. We're pretty close to getting into game 3 of this first day of this tournament. Before we do, I just want to say a big thank you to our major sponsor, Book and Bodega Esports, as well as Red Bull, No Frills, and Jack.org. Check out all of their stuff when you have the chance, because it's all good. Boys, I'm going to pass it over to you as we get into this game. Have fun.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you, Robert.
We are going on to Ascent, Gunnar, and we are casting together for the first time in years, which is so exciting.
It's
man.
been years?
I think it's been at least one. It's been more than 1 year, and so
It's
like
been too long.
In the span of that time, the only thing we've done is argue on Twitter about NFTs. So we're washing the beef right here to put together an amazing stream, and it's going to be Mostly Harmless starting over on the defensive side on Ascent. In my opinion, not the favored side.
Yeah, it's I mean, they have already played it, so that's the good news, the positive side of things, right? They've been warmed up on the map. So hopefully they can just tighten up their game plan that they had on their first map, and um, you know, we haven't seen mostly harmless play yet. So I mean, we have in the past, but
Yeah.
not today yet. So hopefully they're not hitting their shots, and RSO can make this close, and it'll be a good game. But on a other note, I'm just happy to be able to cast with you. You're right. It's been over a year. It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Yeah,
So
way too long, man. And yeah, like I said, it does feel like home coming back to the CECS for both of us. I'm sure we've casted Counter-Strike on here. We are on to Valorant, on to the shiny new game that is
The
coming in.
shiny.
And there's a lot new about this game, but there's not a lot new going on in Ascent right now. We see pretty classic setups. In particular, you do see Dizzy coming in with the Astra. He was one of the first people to pick this up in our league in general, back when she came out. And Astra, like, in my opinion, is just absolutely, like, a must pick as a smoker in many, many maps, and Ascent would be one of them. I just think Astra is ridiculous right now.
yeah, and that's after the nerf, right? Because prior to the nerf, people were doing some crazy things with Astra, and even now, like, you just have to be that much better with Astra. But when you really nail down the timing on the utility, you're gonna see the results, right? Especially when you pair it up with Raze or with Killjoy, using that utility together, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, to say the least. So
Yeah, we got Astra on both teams. Of course, we do over on the side of RSO, we do see Lost playing it there as well, so that's definitely going to be up against. But it's On Glide playing up close, and Ian and On Glide pair for two in the entry. It's going to be the A site. Sort of pushed there, but it's a 4 versus 3 here on the hit to A. So will they continue?
yeah, that was crazy aggressive. But Nut is gonna go ahead and take out Ian here, and it's actually looking kind of dicey right now. I mean, RSO definitely still wants to creep up onto A, and we see Cube kind of just probing mid right now, doesn't see anything, and Dizzy's also checking mid too. They kind of have to have an idea. They're either still stuck on A or they're already on B.
RSO don't know it, but they do have access to the A site right now. It's only Revo who's really on that, like, only able to cover it. As long as they get the door closed here, they got a decent chance. Nuts having to move in, holding onto the spike, but now the encroachment
Player
begins.
standing.
Jocelyn needs something big here, not going to get it. It's Revo taking him down, Nuts 1 versus 3 going out, and that's Cubed to finish it off. And it's going to be Mostly Harmless taking the first round. I love that aggression. It's classic Mostly Harmless, those two duelists on the entry.
Oh yeah. I was kind of surprised Online didn't just chuck a nade at them. He just said, I'll do it with the classic. I got the classic. I'm up close. Let's get to it. So pretty clean round, pretty chill. Expected to say the least so far, but let's see if RSO had some pretty good Sheriff 1 shots earlier in the first game. So let's hoping to see a couple of those again, and seems like they want to go back to A.
Yeah, I'm seeing RSO for the first time, so I'm excited of what they're going to bring out, what kind of play style they can go with. On Ascent, which is a map I love. I know that you've already seen it,
No
so
charges
blah, Ascent. I love this map. I think it tests your aim. It's like it favors aimers, it favors fraggers, this map. So yeah, we'll obviously look out for Ongline and Ian in that situation. In this situation, though, it's pistols. It's not much to write home about over on the side of RSO right now. They are likely to lose this round if they get a spike plant. That'll be fine.
Yeah, a spike plant would be perfect, right? And there it is, the first kill on the Eagle. That is looking really well. They need to get the spike down. Finally gonna get it down here.
Nye gonna put
Door is
that down.
broken.
Yeah, they're tucked in a nice way here, but it is rifles, of course. Jocelyn actually was not tucked in at all. Ian just gets a free
One
headshot
enemy
for that
remaining.
one. So 1 player remaining, and it's going to be Nye on the other side of the wall. Looks for one. Nice peek there. Does manage to have an opportunity to go. We'll cover him instead, so it's going to be 2-0.
And not a bad eco at all, right? You got the 3, you got the spike plant. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, exactly. That's totally successful in that situation for RSO. So they will be fine in that respect. They are going to, yeah, like I said, they're going to be happy with that one. They're going to be onto guns now, I believe.
Yeah, and well, let's see if the bonus is gonna work out for Mostly Harmless. If anybody can make the bonus work, it's definitely gonna be them. So I mean, I kind of like this setup too. You got Revo and the Killjoy here, and the two duelists on the other side though, they're like, listen, if you come to A, you're gonna fight the two duelists. So you guys pick and choose.
Yeah.
Pick and
Vintage
choose.
Mostly Harmless to have those two duelists together. It is notable to see Jocelyn pick up the Odin here.
Yeah,
that's
a bit odd,
that's an interesting choice on the Jet. Really don't see that very often, but hey, the big gun, the big bad Norse god might be spraying through those walls here as Losk finds an opening pick. So yeah, the bonus not going well on the opener, and to find one of those duelists is always huge against Mostly Harmless. 4 versus 5 situation on the hold on Glide to equalize.
Yeah, great kill by On the Line. He's going to go ahead and get another one, and he's finally going to get traded out by Nye here. So down to the 3v3, but look at this push by Revo. Great timing by him. He's probably going to catch them all off guard here.
The timing, the angle is so close. He just needs to get a little further.
He knows.
Jocelyn's low. Here's the res. Revo's so ready for this right now, but he's going to reveal his position. Revo has to back off. That's just huge. That's resurrection. Absolutely nothing gained from the Sage.
No 30 seconds.
And we were talking about how essential those revives were from Nye in that first game. It was super clutch. And like you said, just immediately shut down, no value, nothing gained from it. Just a little bit of info, but somehow it's worked out in their favor, right? It's the 3v2 here. And Revo's been kind of just stuck ever since he made that impact.
The round is over, though. The timing's too long. They had to just charge up mid. Nothing to do. 3-0. The bonus round is won by Mostly Harmless. Big deal for the economy there. They're going to have to put RSO back on either some sort of half buy or a full save. Looks like a half buy is the choice, is the sauce here for them. 3-0, like I say, and Mostly Harmless are rolling in it right now. No op picked up just yet for Ian. Not quite enough money for that. You could tell he wants to. He was like kind of selling stuff, waiting for it. Oh man, Ian's picking up the op. I guarantee it next round if they take this one. But 3-0 up against shotguns and pistols. Pretty likely it's going to be 4-0 momentarily.
Momentarily. Everybody sit tight. The fourth round isn't coming.
Fourth round for Mostly Harmless to try to extend their lead. And like I said, RSO have a problem here. This is a very, very good team, favored to win the tournament, maybe alongside Casuals, Cyan. I think with that pickup of Issa, they might be able to challenge, but anybody else is going to need a miracle to take out Mostly Harmless, I would say.
And I really want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it too. So far, I haven't seen it, but we are early days in this tournament yet, so it's going to be, that's going to be something to look forward to from the likes of RSO, who are a bit of an unknown quantity here. Right now, Losk is a dead quantity in the round 4 versus 5.
Definitely a dead quantity here. Not much going on. They're still going to aggressive, though. They're insane. I don't know what they're thinking here, but Ian and Online are going to go ahead and deny any entry into the site. Online going to make quick work of Jung, and Dizzy on the other side of things is going to close up the round.
You need utility at that point, right? You need smokes to cover those angles, because just dry peeking on Ongline and Ian, that is just not the way to go. It will not net you very many results at all. Ongline's picked up that showstopper now, so it's going to be even more dangerous on that opening peak.
Not a snowball's chance in hell to kill either Ian or Online dry peeking. Walk dry peeking at that.
Yes.
But
the Sheriff, good luck.
A for effort.
I will say something interesting to note as well is that we've had Ian switch over to the B site, and it looks like those knives are available, so there could be some shots through window coming in if the B push does happen. Spike has been left all the way back in its starting place and spawn, so just a default, but Losk is getting kind of aggressive here into garden, or into platform, so without the spike, they really want to take control, and mid has been more or less given up by Mostly Harmless.
Yeah, they're not fighting this at all. Oddly enough, I mean, they did stack the B side, so it could still work out really well in their favor if they do decide to go through market here. But I like the side of RSO. They're taking their time. They're just playing it slow. The door closes here. This is really good.
Yeah, they don't
Guess
know,
they wonder.
If they wrap to A, it's definitely as long as they can, as long as they can unseat Revo, if they wrap to A, they could definitely make something happen here. But they're playing slow again and thinking about B still. They're scared of Ian with those knives on the site, though. It's going to be really deadly if they try to run in without a lot of utility.
Yeah, and Jocelyn is going to go ahead and dash in, gets the entry. Great job. Ian, though, trades out. Nut gets Ian as well, and it's just not working out. Revo is going to go ahead and get two, just make light work. Nut on the site, not much he can do. Does get online, though. This is looking really well if they double swing him. Round's over, but
he plants. He's got Hunter's Fury, so can he get out of the site is the question. Tries for the fake in order to bait this out. Goes for one, but they double peek him. Such good work by Mostly Harmless. Oh man, Gunnar, I love what RSO did there actually to unseat Ian from that site. They had an aggressive dash in from the jet. Had somebody else trade after Ian had to peek out. They had control, but it was Revo to save the round with those 2 kills coming out of the B main site.
Yeah, they had really great positioning there because if you look early when they were still in mid before they decided to go through market, they had a crossfire at CT, so they were ready for pretty much anything at that point. But like you said, great job by Jocelyn. Amazing dash in, gets the entry for her team. I mean, what more could you ask for, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what you need from an entry fragger, especially a jet. So continuing stuff like that, Mostly Harmless can't win those all if you play it this way. So much utility expended here. Very little damage done, except Nye does find the Sheriff kill randomly onto Cubed, and that gives them access here. As long as Revo goes down, and he does, they got access to the site, baby. 5 versus 3.
Wow, and I love that aggression, that almost disrespectful. Like, they didn't care. They're like, you know what? We're just going to run through B main. We're just going to take the site. So, good luck. 9 gets that beautiful entry with the Sheriff, and they're somehow making this first round work.
Yeah, especially with that world divided, with the Cosmic Divide coming in. I think that's going to secure the round. I think Mostly Harmless have to save here, so that's great from RSO. They kind of used the same idea as last time, and this time they did it on kind of a save round, Gunner. So this is definitely much better days here for RSO. They might be kind of working towards regrouping with a hit like that, looking more confident. And what did I say? Ferrari peaks. We need aggression. We need something special. And are they going to try and do something special here on the post plant? Looks like they've secured the round. Ian just looking for some shots. Does find Jung there, but not going to get much else unless there's a peek. Nope. 5-1 is the score. They retain a couple of guns. Great round from RSO.
Yeah, solid. They need to keep that type of momentum up. They can't respect Mostly Harmless too much, right? Like, you don't want to be so scared that you're not going to hold W. You just got to hold W sometimes. And it worked out perfectly. So it looks like they want to do it again.
I think if anything, yeah, they should do it again. This is the type of thing you, against a team that's this experienced, maybe a little set in their ways, dare I say. You want to create some chaos, right? You want to hit them hard and fast. And if they continue to do that, it could result in some success for them. They've been favoring the B site, and that has rotated 3 defenders over there for Mostly Harmless now. So Ian with his close peek is likely to get a kill, honestly. It's very, very difficult to not get anything, and Ian comes in with the ego peek. Nye goes down, that's the healer. Gone. 5 versus 4 for Mostly Harmless, and you can never count Ian out on an angle like that.
And I love the tease, right? Because Jung almost peeked him at the beginning of the round, and he kind of just stepped away, and Nye somehow found like a slither to slip in.
Yep.
And Ian, props to him for just, for some reason, just checking the box. I'm not thinking anybody's on that box if I'm him, but Nut takes him out.
Yeah, a little bit too much ego on that one, walking out of the smoke there. But on Gline wants to finish something off. Doesn't get any damage. He's on 31 HP, so just trying to get something in there. Does get traded out, but Dizzy following up twice. And Dizzy a third. Goes down. And there we go. 3 players remaining on Mostly Harmless, and it's Ian to open up with the 2 op frags, and then he was feeling himself walking out of that Astra smoke in mid. You are not supposed to do that.
He's like, I'll walk out of this smoke, and I'll kill somebody. It's like, and I'll kill you guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, not this time, but yeah, pretty you know, something I'm noticing here from RSO though, they're giving up these early picks, and it just seems to be 5v4 every time. You know, they're not trading out that first frag, and it's definitely, you know, it's definitely becoming a problem because Mostly Harmless takes that all day. 5v4s, they love them. There it is. Jocelyn does get stuck though on the dash. And Revo does get the kill through the smoke. Dizzy gets one of his own. Radville does get tagged by the Hunters. Marv. Dizzy gets another one onto Lost, and this round is all but done.
That was just it. I mean, it was a bit of a save coming in there from RSO. Pardon me, it was an eco. They forced up, but they didn't have much, and you saw judges coming out there. So yeah, that's the Astro utility coming in. You saw how much it slowed them down, especially Jung on the Reyna who had popped the Empress. You got to be really dangerous, and you're not very dangerous if you're being pulled back by a gravity well. So 7-1
Not
for
at
mostly
all.
harmless. They're gonna have to go on a save round again, and you can see marshals and sheriffs coming in here.
Wes, what do you think about the new knife? Do you like the new knife?
Dude, people are always mad at me for this. I always say I'm a default skin kind of guy. I don't. I'm
Representing
very-
the little guy, finally, some
I represent
representation.
Thrifty rounds, okay? Thrifty rounds. That's my identity in Valorant. The new knife looks pretty sexy, though. I gotta say, I don't mind it at all. I like it a lot. I just don't really have very many skins because I'm very much an eco player, okay? I'm
Yeah,
always on an
same,
eco
same.
round in Valorant when I get into the store.
I think my pockets are on an eco round all the time.
Tell
Being
me about it.
honest.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but it's
well, an eco round is indeed where RSO will find themselves up against full guns and a stack of cash over on Mostly Harmless. 7-1 on the defensive side of Ascent. This is a best of one. The loser will be sent down to the lower bracket, unless I'm completely mistaken. Somebody can yell at me in Discord for that. But Revo
Spike
is
down.
not interested in letting anybody get into garden there. 2 kills very quickly on the spray down.
Yeah, beautiful by Revo.
One enemy remaining.
Gets the third. And he's just this is just like textbook stuff for them. They're not even sweating. Like they're just going through the motions at this point, and it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well, I'd say, right? A1, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, somebody told me this was a good score. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but it looks good to me.
Yeah, I'm no mathematician here, but they're pretty close to winning.
8 is bigger than 1? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think.
You know, RSO, I do like what I see from them to a certain extent. I like, I like kind of the way they're hitting sights. In particular, those B hits looked really nice. The thing about Mostly Harmless, and we can talk about it more after the game because it's a bit of a longer point, but you have so few options against a team like this. I'll tell you why in a bit, because there is a hit coming on, and it's the type of hit I like. Fast hit coming in. Jung with the first opening pick. Dizzy goes down. 5 versus 4 on the round, and the spike will be planted when Hunter's Fury. That's a great fake to fake that, and Ian gets traded. RSO looked good on this hit.
Yeah, that was good. And you know what? Again, it's a fast hit. This time it did work out for them, right? It didn't work out when they tried to go B again. So them switching it up from one side to another and just going fast, it works. It works. But now they got a hold here, and it's not looking too good. The retake just came in, and it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Young has to do everything.
Oh man, yeah, like you say, the hit was great, but the post plant just did not cut it for RSO. And yeah, I like the tap on the bomb to bait that Hunter's Fury out, but it still just created so much chaos in sight for RSO. They could not get into post plant positions properly. So that's going to be 9-1 for Mostly Harmless. They're 4 rounds away from sending RSO down to the lower bracket. So we will see if RSO can make some sort of magnificent comeback, because that's indeed what it would have to be at this point.
An
It doesn't look like
extraordinary
exactly.
comeback.
Yeah, there's a lot of superlatives we could use for what they would need to do, but we'll see what they actually do, Gunnar, because those could be 2 different things.
Those, and they usually are.
Yeah, that's exactly why you use those words. It's unusual. So there we go. The aggressive setup now in B for Mostly Harmless. But mid control is the name of the game for RSO as they work their way forward.
Got one.
That gets traded. They don't mind the pick there, but
Spike
they
down
don't care
mid.
for that pick. That's Nye going down once again. Jocelyn needs some heroics here. Those blades are available, but Ongline has turned away. What's the timing here? Jocelyn off the blades, gets out, doesn't get the hit. Ongline is quicker to the head than Jocelyn. Yeah, you hate to see it, but Jung spots Ongline but can't track him. over top of the wall there as the showstopper has come out. I'm not going to find much, but it's
No, can you imagine? It just
was-
gets
it-
crossed.
Ongline sent it the right way, but
Yeah.
it's Jung, yeah, by himself. There's one headshot.
There's two.
Jung comes in, has to get another one. That would have been ridiculous. The reload came in, cubed to secure the round. 10-1
Last round in the
Gunner
half.
on this half,
Save
and
nothing.
we are at the last round and the last stand on the attacking side here for RSO, who just have not found an answer to the defense for Mostly Harmless right now.
Yeah, this is this is all within the realms of calculations. Everybody, we knew this was gonna happen, maybe potentially, but also, I mean, listen, the one round that they do have, it was a great hit by them, and they just need to be able to find that magic again, right? And if that's not working, switch it up, right? I haven't seen them default almost at all, right? Look, there they are, bunched up, 5 in a main. You know, what's the plan here, really? Like,
And
they're practically stacking it too.
Darren, remind me to talk about the problems with doing a default against Mostly Harmless after the game. But for now, they're going to try to hit, which is what we've seen them be a little bit successful for. Ongline already finds a pick onto the enemy duelist, 4 versus 5 to come in. And there's so many on A, and that's going to be Dizzy spraying through. Revo with the Odin to finish it off. The half is over.
Blender.
It's 11-1. One round.
Switching sides.
Gunner. One round
Shredded.
they have to show for it.
Well, they should be proud of that one round. Because it wasn't just any round. It wasn't just any one round.
It was the time when, you know, what they've been trying to do, which I think is what they should be doing, actually worked, right? Where it actually worked from start to finish. They get control of the site, they had the cosmic divide to hit the post plant. They were able to deal with whatever was thrown over at them in terms of the retake from Mostly Harmless. So that's it, right? You want to look for RSO to do that in the lower bracket, see if they can kind of find some sort of answer to the rest of Mostly Harmless's game plan. They go onto the defensive side, which is very, very difficult on Ascent, especially against Mostly Harmless. But they will also give up mid, and mid is not where they're going right now. Ian is charged all the way up.
Oh
to 3 here.
my goodness.
He's in spawn. He's in spawn. Gunner. He's in spawn, and he gets the headshot. Nut is already dead. Did not expect 2 duelists to come running down his throat. Jocelyn gets out of the way. Updraft gets out of there. Ian has continuing to wreak havoc, though. Jocelyn has to peek out and finally finds one. The Frenzies are doing some work here, but Mostly Harmless. The train keeps going. Where are they going now? Okay, they are going south.
Oh, I was about to say, they're troll.
Are they going to?
Okay.
They're going to take that back to A.
They're like, they go all the way back, boys.
No, taking it a little more seriously. Spike is planted. Revo is absolutely cracked on this angle.
Revealing area.
One enemy remaining.
Jocelyn needed to kill Cube there, had a slither of help, and Nye can still win. Nye wins these. Nye wins these, I believe.
They're
Let's go,
so
Nye.
low HP. Nye has
Let's
it.
go, Nye.
Headshot. Great flick from Nye. Just needs one more. One shot would do it. Spit on him and he's dead, but Cubed gets the spit instead. And that's going to be a headshot from him on the classic.
Match
Oh,
point.
that's such a heartbreaker there. Nye had such a great chance to find that one, but Cubed is quicker. And 12-1.
Quicker.
Match point. So you got
Faster, smarter, you know, just...
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes, guys. It'd be like that sometimes.
Yep. Play the
But,
Daft Punk song. That's it.
Play the... Do the Daft Punk, everybody. Nah,
Harder,
it's,
better, faster. Yeah.
yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, what can we say, Wes? What can we really say about this performance?
What we could say is Mostly Harmless is incredibly good, and it takes a lot to beat them. And you know, no shade to RSO. This is very, very difficult, and the fact that they're even getting these close rounds, you got to be proud of it. Hold your head high as you move into the lower bracket, unless if, you know, they can pull off an absolute genius miracle here. It's pretty unlikely on pistols, as we do see match point.
Yeah, it definitely is a challenge. And like, you know, the scoreboard is a bit deceiving. Again, the same thing happened in their first game where it was like back and forth, back and forth. I mean, they ended up winning that, but you know, at the beginning, you know, they were losing those rounds, but they were very close rounds, right? And it's, you know, pretty similar-ish for the most part in this game, but yeah, they're looking to close this out. Even on this 4v5, this is done.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks
okay,
pretty
cool.
done. There's Nut with a lineup there. Not bad. Dizzy, though, finds one. It's 4 versus 2. Well, it's Nut and Jung having to...
Winnable.
Yeah, winnable. Nut with the first headshot there. Dizzy goes for the spray transfer on the Spectre to finish it off. 13-1. An absolutely terrifying performance from Mostly Harmless as Ascent is taken and they send RSO down to the losers bracket. And yeah, Mostly Harmless still as amazing as ever. It is really a pleasure to watch them play.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, what more what more can I say? They made this quick, concise, and you know, they're still here. You know, they're still gunning for the top, and they're definitely our favorites to win this. So you know, other teams, if you're watching this match right now, this is the team to beat. If you beat Mostly Harmless, you are definitely on the right path to winning this tournament.
Absolutely. And I think that game was quite fast, gentlemen. Great cast, great game. I think maybe we could take a little bit of time because I'm really curious, Wes, what you wanted to talk about this default situation. What is the problem with a default against Mostly Harmless?
I gave you some homework.
Good.
We are educating Darren right now because he comes from League of Legends. He's a absolutely fantastic host in League of Legends and in Valorant, but this is a teachable moment for everybody. And you know, Darren's my friend, so I can tell you all that he knows, you know, less about Valorant than you know, some other hosts do, but
Significantly
he is
less.
picking it up quick. And
Yes.
and first of all, we want to talk about what a default is, okay? Because it's a kind of a concept that seems a little basic at first, but it's a little bit difficult to understand why it's useful. And in particular in Valorant, like there's a lot of kind of moving parts here. So the reason you do what a default is basically you have these set positions on attack that you go to in order to make sure you've got things covered, make sure you face up against aggression from the defender's side, and bait out utility. So the abilities coming in, which have cooldowns or which can only be used once a round, you want to stand in this spot where you've got map covered, where you can get info on where defenders are holding and where you can see what type of utility has been used and maybe bait some out. Like, let's say there is a Killjoy who wants to put down her turret. Then you find that and you take it out, but you don't peek any further than that type of thing. So everyone's got their set position to cover on the map. And the reason it doesn't work that well against Mostly Harmless, even though it feels like what you want to do, is because of Ongline and Ian. They are these two duelists. They almost always play on the same angle, and they almost always push you, and they almost never lose aim duels. And so if you play in your spot in your default up against where Ian and Ongline are pushing, you are going to die most of the time, and that's just not the way a default is supposed to work. You're not supposed to die early in the round, but you almost always do. And so Mostly Harmless just shut down defaults by taking control of areas of the map on the defender side way earlier than you're supposed to be able to in Valorant. And the default is broken. You've got somebody pushing in, you've got a flank, somebody has to turn around. They're not covering their default spot anymore because they have to turn around to find Ongline walking into top mid from the A main. So that's basically it. That's what, you know, that's why it's so hard to run a default against Mostly Harmless, even though when you see their aggression, you're like, okay, aggressive defense, that means we should play a default, not against Mostly Harmless.
And they didn't even really like aggress too much that game, or at least it didn't feel like it. And if they did, I mean, I remember at the start they kind of were the pistol round, right, where Online pushed up really close. But like outside of that, they really didn't have to be so aggressive. They just won their fights. And you know, that's really all it takes. You know, for them at least, right? They don't have to do anything crazy. They don't have to have some, you know, gimmicky stuff. They're just gonna use raw mechanics to just completely stomp you out. So
basically
yeah,
what you're saying is even if a team is watching this, right, and they, you know, are listening to Sage Wes here about Ongline and Ian pushing and that defaults don't work versus Mostly Harmless, if they fix that macro play, at least that's what we call it in League of Legends, to be like, well, let's not do defaults, let's do something else. Is there a team so far that we've seen? I know we haven't seen Casual Cyan yet. Is there a team now that we think could outplay them still if they adjust to that aggressive play style?
Yep. Casual Cyan can do it for sure. They
Yeah.
are skilled enough. They match up in skill with Mostly Harmless, or at least are close enough that this push from the double duelists, that this defensive side aggression isn't a guaranteed kill the way it is against, lesser teams, basically. Casual Cyan absolutely has the firepower to do this. That's why it's by far the matchup I'm most excited for. The thing is, Sup Buddy has the firepower as well. They have
Yeah.
got some serious firepower on their team. They have the chance, and indeed, they did take down Mostly Harmless last season. One of the few maps they lost in the regular season was against Sup Buddy. So that those two teams, it doesn't always work. It's just when that's the thing about Mostly Harmless, is that they're sort of like, if you follow CS, when you saw Team Liquid in 2018, 2019, when they were the best team in the world, going for the Grand Slam, winning the $1 million. What was by far the most consistent about them is, if a team was even a little bit less skilled than them, they would always take care of it. They never got upset. They still couldn't beat like Astralis and stuff, but they never got upset in that period. And that's like Mostly Harmless. They do not lose if they have any skill differential over you. So that's what you have to focus on. You need fraggers. You need like people like Issa, people like Drazo, people who can go toe to toe in an aim duel sometimes with Ian and Ongline in order to break that aggression, in order to find holes in what Mostly Harmless are doing.
Well, and we're going to get to see Casual Cyan in our next game, our next and final game of the night, our last best of one, where Casual Cyan is going to play against Sup Buddy. Should be a banger, should be exciting. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a break. Welcome back, everyone, to the fourth and final game of the night here in the Canadian Esports Championship Series Valorant preseason tournament, brought to you by Brooklyn Bodega Esports. We are super hyped for this last game, Gunner, Wes, and I, because it's Casual Cyan versus Sup Buddy. I want to talk about right away, right off the bat here, boys, a little trade happening since our last tournament. Issa going over to Casuals from Sup Buddy.
Yeah.
Wes, do you think that's going to be the game changer here?
Dude, this is the grudge match, man. This is the rivalry coming in here. Issa was absolutely cracked on Sup Buddy last season. This kid is so good. He's got those zoomer reflexes. He's got great game sense, and he is joining one of the best teams in the league, if not arguably the best now that he's there. Sup Buddy already were a huge challenger. They were kind of a dark horse after those top two of Casuals and Mostly Harmless. Now that Issa has gone over, the only question remains, like, with these two new players coming into Sup Buddy, what can they do to fill those shoes? Because yeah, Issa was something special, and Casuals are just going to get way stronger from this. And there's always the the dynamic of Issa playing against his former team, trying to take down Sup Buddy as he goes over. And if Sup Buddy take this, that's going to be a heartbreak for Issa here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we saw Guess play earlier today. Wes, I know you didn't see that game. Guess would be the one who came in to fill in for Issa. They looked really strong. I mean, I haven't seen Issa play. You're, talking about him as if he's, on this pedestal, this radiant pedestal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that the Guess guy showed up and was really good, because that's what's needed for sure. And it's not like Issa is like, I don't know if I would put him up there with like Ongline potentially in terms of aim, but he's close for sure. And the other thing is Casuals Cyan. So this is the competitive team for the Casuals project. This is the team that is coming in to compete in tournaments. They are practicing constantly. They are very, very focused here, where Casuals Pink, even though they're really strong as well, are more of just kind of a fun pug team. So the likes of Ryan, who is just an amazing clutch player, like a natural leader in game, just from the eye test. The squad was already really strong, already had the potential to challenge the likes of Mostly Harmless, and definitely had the edge over Sup Buddy most of the time. So that's what we're looking for, right? Just Issa to come in and slot in. Sometimes these really heavy fraggers, they don't always gel right away, and Issa's relatively new to the team, so less than a few months that probably they've been practicing together. So the question is, do they gel, right? Because Sup Buddy will challenge you at every angle, even if you've got such a strong base.
Right, absolutely. So Gunnar, we watched Subbuddy play a little bit earlier. Who's the player you think will step up to challenge this casual Cyan squad?
Yeah, like you had mentioned, Guess is doing a pretty good job at filling in those shoes for Issa. I haven't seen Issa play yet, so I'm kind of excited to see, what type of theatrics he's gonna pull out. Because yeah, Wes is talking him up like he's someone to watch. So I'm excited to see him play. But on the Suck Buddy side, yeah, definitely Guess. Guess definitely is stepping up to fill pretty big shoes, right? Kaloy was playing really well too.
Yes.
He wasn't fragging, crazy well, but he was providing a lot of utility and a lot of opportunities for his team. So and Drazo was absolutely playing well as well. So Drazo and Guess, they were doing their jobs on those duelists. So if they can keep that up, then this is going to be a good match. They just got to tighten up a few things. Specifically like early rounds, they were just kind of giving away some of these picks that they shouldn't have. So it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Right.
While we have some time before we wait for the map ends, since I was casting on the other stream while this was happening, can you guys tell me what Kaloy played? What agent he played?
Yeah, he was playing Sky.
Okay, so this is the thing. Kaloy in the first season played a lot of Cypher, like he was a lurker. So I'm really
Interesting.
interested to see him switch over. I'm so happy that he showed out on the Sky because yeah, like it is almost like as a duelist, you sometimes just go onto the Sky and sort of play it like a duelist, right? And Kaloy
Right.
has the skill, so I'm really excited to see what comes from it. But the map ends are started, Darren. So Haven
Yeah.
gets taken away by casuals, and it's split for Sup Buddy to be banned.
Boys, are we gonna see a fracture? Is this gonna happen? Like, is the
Please.
dream dead already?
Please.
I honestly, I gotta say, I don't think
Please.
so, but I would love to see it. I was talking to Ruin earlier, and this guy, he's playing a lot of Valorant. He really likes the game, and I was like, hey, what do you think about Fracture? He's like, hate it. No, hate it.
Everybody
It's a lot
hated
to get
it.
used to, and in particular in like Pug, like in public, in ranked games, it kind of sucks to play if you're queuing up solo because it's so based on team coordination.
Yeah.
The timings, I could go on for hours about Fracture and like the potential that's coming in. And guys, no,
So good though.
don't
It's
get
so
my
good.
hopes up. Don't get my
It's
hopes
so
up.
good. It's
Percent
so
ban.
good though.
Look at them waiting to ban it too. We got
Mm.
we got 2 more bans left. They're waiting, man. They're
Fracture's
teasing us.
going
I
out.
mean,
I won't believe. I don't believe.
like at a certain point, if teams practice it enough, but if sorry, is there any point in even practicing it because the other team's just gonna ban it every time anyway?
So that's the thing. Like you might expect that. That's the thing. You might expect the other team to ban it. This is what happens
Yeah.
when a new map comes out. You just kind of float it because you expect the other team to ban it. You trust that they haven't practiced it, and you ban your perma bans. Like let's say you don't care for playing Icebox or something. You spend your bans on the bans that you always want to take out and float Fracture hoping it gets banned. That's where the punish comes in a veto like this, right? If somebody has kind of been working on it in secret, right? Been working on it
Yup.
and not really shown it out. That's the strength of like a really good veto, a really good map pool. There it goes. It's out. Casual Cyan, not interested. So it's going to be Bind or Icebox. I'm guessing Icebox.
Fine. Hey, listen. If it's not a scent, it's something different. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see what everybody's got on all these different maps, right? So, hey, I'll take it. I'll take a little bit of Icebox action. I love Icebox actually.
Yeah.
What's funny? When Icebox came out, a lot of people didn't like Icebox. Like I don't think anybody has liked any maps that they
I
released.
mean, I'll tell you right now, I didn't like it. I honestly still don't really like it.
No, I loved it. I loved
I think
it.
the A site is garbage. I think it's better than
Eh.
it was, but the A site is just a monstrosity to me. But
Yeah.
Icebox still, it's kind of selling me because some of the most exciting games at the highest level of pro play have been on
Yup.
Icebox. So it's it's getting there. It's getting there for me. I'm slowly being converted.
Yeah, there you go. Bring them over. Bring them over to
Like
the
we
dark
might
side.
say,
Oh, man.
oh, we're not gonna see it. We're going to Bind here.
Good old
this
reliable
game.
Bind. So yeah, it's a straightforward, slightly defender sided map. It really it's close quarters. You almost guaranteed to see a raise come in here on Bind from both teams. We know they got people who can play it. So Casuals going to start on attacking side with SupBuddy on the defense. So yeah, it's Agent Select is next, and Agent Select is going to be big here because there's a lot of options. Bind is kind of a solved map. And so you've got a bunch of different ways to play it, right? Because it's solved like that, you've got people have got a lot of reps on this map.
Well, I will just pass it off to you guys to get us into Agent Select for this final game of the night of Casuals versus SupBuddy. Take it away, boys.
All right, we are about to get into it as soon
Thank you.
As soon as we ready up, we're getting in there. So yeah, Icebox. Okay, sorry, Bind.
We got him. We got him. We got him, boys.
Pierogies too much off stream, and now I'm just thinking about food. We are going on to Bind here. Attackers are going to be Casuals, Cyan, Defenders, SupBuddy, and you know I hate to say it, I hate to keep doing it, hate to build it up, but Issa is the one to watch, man. We gotta see this. The switch over, the grudge match, the revenge, the punish for letting such a good player slip away is a potential coming in here up against SupBuddy. And on Bind, you know, if Issa picks up something like the Raze, you could see some fireworks, that's for sure.
Let the fireworks commence.
All right, and the teams now have readied up, and we are getting in there. And yeah, Agent Select comes through. It's the preseason tournament, Gunner. So it's like it's somewhat high stakes, right? Because it's a tournament. Finally, we get to play, right? We get to play and organize play, but it's just the preseason. I would love to see some spicy come out here, you know?
Me too.
I would like to see them maybe put something that they wouldn't normally do in a high pressure situation just to sort of save that strat. And I would love to see the KO if it came in. If somebody hovers it and I just get excited, but it's
KO
good
would
on
be nice
Bind.
to
It's
see.
really, really good
Yeah.
into places like Hookah, you know, places like back, you know, Heaven, these types of things. That arrow is so valuable, and the flash is great too, especially with all these good duelist players. But Jet gets locked in. That's Drazo over there. Issy is hovering that Raze. Man, this is going to be a banger.
It's going to be a banger. Yeah, I'm excited. The narrative, the storyline, like I'm super excited to see this, right? Because that whole point of letting like Issa slip through your hands as a good player.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there, right? I've been there with, you know, some of my past iteration teams and stuff like that, where I've picked up some really good cracked kids, and you know, and then we just sometimes couldn't perform too well. We lost them, right?
They bounce around, right? You know, and
I mean, and they should. As they should, absolutely. I agree. You know, they're young, they got talent. Figure it out, you know? So let's see it.
We got Hans, who's a relative newcomer to Casuals, Cyan picking up the Sky, Issa going on to the Viper, which is great to see, going to be probably holding some sites nearly on his own. Over on the Sova for the defensive side, that's Kaloy, and actually there's no Sova on the side of Casual Cyan. So no Sova on Bind. There are ways to play it, and instead, look at what we got, Marcos.
I know, I was gonna tell you that.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
We were talking about Chamber. We were trying to memorize those ability names because, you know, we're professional casters, and that's what we do. Swass gonna pick that one up. We know that Swass is an amazing duelist player, and that's the type of thing, if you want to play a one duelist comp like they have here, you're definitely looking for the likes of Sky and Chamber to come through.
That goes there. Yes, this should do.
Set up kind of towards the A short position here for the attackers. Remember, that's going to be Casual.
This is a nice spot.
Cyan on the attacking side. Yeah, we'll definitely be taking a look at this Chamber, see how he chooses to use his trademarks. He's already finds a great pick out.
Yeah.
Sheriff.
Headhunter denied.
Yeah, that's Chamber already gone, so not going to be seeing that anytime soon in this round.
Slow round.
Yep. Yeah, very slow, like we talked about, you know, defaults even on pistols.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think Swastik, that was definitely a mistake. I don't think he was supposed to obviously die that early, or die at all, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you, but...
might have been an errant peek there for sure. That definitely could have been the case. Definitely wasn't part of their game plan for him to die there.
Yeah, and he's on the Viper too. I kind of want to see how how he plays it. Right, it's not a duelist, it's not flashy, but it's pretty important. So
That's an interesting setup here, Gunnar, which is a hit onto B, but look at the spike. Spike is over at the A site. As trades come through, gotta keep an eye on that, but it is Hans
30
in, and
seconds
2
left.
headshots with the Ghost. Really, really great aim there from the Sky player. Nero as well, finding someone. It's 3 versus 2 situation coming in. Ender goes for 1, and there we go. Hans finally shut down, 2 versus 2. This is totally fine for the defenders.
yeah, they like I think Issa there needed
Time.
to.
Look at the time.
Oh,
They
no.
can't plant.
No, they got it. They got it.
They don't have,
they
no,
don't.
They don't have it. Look at the spike.
They don't.
The round is over.
I thought Ender was.
Casual
that
and
is a
Cyan have
huge
just
mistake.
messed the timing up. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that. That's just a straight up win just by delaying. And there we go. Casual Cyan just pulled it a little bit too late.
Yeah, rough start.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
You don't, yeah. First to pick, you know, I mean, they had some really good shots onto the B side. They had control, but I don't know what was going on with that bomb situation. They were just
weird for the spike to be over at A short when the hit was coming onto B. And the thing is, if it was a fake, it just wasn't good enough. You know, they still had players on A, so great work, great hold there. But a little bit bungled, you have to say, from Casual Cyan on the first one.
Toxins going. Toxin screen down.
We do see. Actually, never mind. For some reason, I got tripped out when I saw Chamber like glowing in gold. I'm like, wait a second, what is going on
What's
here?
happening here?
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second.
That's just the way he looks. So, yeah, Chamber has pulled out that Headhunter, of course. It's like one of those things about Chamber that's really, really cool is the potential for eco rounds. Guess wanted to shut it down though, takes out 2 and Shower, kind of shuts down that hit.
He did get 1 though, but look at the positioning here. They're totally ready for this A hit here. And they also have, Backshot is already flanking too, so he's gonna go ahead and let them know that it's definitely gonna be A. So you just gonna have to play patiently here.
Yeah,
not give the pick, but
there's Swass coming in with the headshot. Ender goes down, and that's the type of thing you're
30
waiting for.
seconds
You
left.
got to play patient. 30 seconds once again. Casual Cyan going for it, and they get through to B. They're gonna get past. They don't know that the site is clear. And Backshot does catch Nero as he turns back, but they're still going to get the plant down. This is great from Casual Cyan. This is all they need is a plant
Spike
here.
planted.
And they even have the man advantage as well.
Last player standing.
Never mind.
so close, so close, but so far.
Yeah, the plant is all they needed. Anything else would be gravy right here on
Yeah,
screen.
1 more is the sweet spot, and there it is, the 1. That's crazy. I think that in all 4 games, for the most part, there's always been an eco where they force Deegs, they get 3, and the bomb plant. So.
Yep. Yeah, that was great there from Sup Buddy. They did, you have to say, get a little bit lucky on the timing as well. Or pardon me, Casuals got a little bit lucky on the timing even to get through to the plant because, you know, it was Backshot who kind of was lurking but went around to a place where he didn't have a lot of vision on the rotators. So teleport comes through, they get onto site, they get through the Cypher utility, and they get the plant as well as a few kills to boot. So 2-0, but they're in a fine position. Full gun round here against the bonus. A couple of SMGs to face up against the rifles.
Yeah, but look at the Drazo opting to get the off out. That's interesting. Not sure we want to do that on the bonus strike, because that could come back to haunt him.
It's the confidence, man. I love it. I love it. I gotta say, Sup Buddy are feeling themselves right now. They're feeling good. They want to put casuals on the back foot, but Ryan is not on the back foot at all. Great lurk there to take down Backshot.
Yeah, but they are crunching onto this A side here. And there it is.
Yeah,
Ryan
gonna get some position there. And does just get so much info just from crossing like that.
Look at that. They're all over the site.
Nice peek from Ender though.
You kind of just see Sup Buddies just kind of stuck in truck right now. Or not truck, sorry,
U-Haul.
Who?
Yeah.
U-Haul. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Truck. What's that
30
thing?
seconds
There's
left.
a truck nearby. Yeah. And this crossfires. Oh, Drazo actually misses, but Kaloy does
Spike
manage
planted.
to complete the fight.
Ender
That's a
had a
2
huge.
versus 2. Han's not happy with that one.
Yeah, Ender was in a great position there to deny the bomb plant potentially, but
Yeah, but it does go down. So here's
Last player
Kaloy.
standing.
Nero.
Yeah, Nero finds
Just
one. Kaloy's
Drazo.
alone. He's got shock darts though. If he finds his kill, that would have been great for Kaloy, but Nero is better on the headshot. Kaloy still a little bit unsure of where to put his crosshair as he peeks around. So there we go. That is Casuals on the board. It's a nice hit. Just kind of winning some game duels and getting a lot of position. I really like what Ryan did in that round.
Yeah, that was definitely a way smoother round coming out of Cyan, for sure. That looked really good. Compared to the other 2 rounds, they're definitely looking a bit sharper now.
So it's
And Nero
Hans.
too.
Yeah, Nero's popping off. It's great. You know, it's great to have your Astra being able to frag out alongside the duelists.
Oh, hey,
Yes.
all right. Well, Drazo, better not stand around that corner next round, buddy, because that was brutal. Look at the utility here from Astra. Wow. Oh, Swastik, that is an amazing use of Rendezvous. That is sick. He just got out of dodge.
And he got so much info. He knows now that the player holding Lance is playing it with a shorty. So Ender is vulnerable here now with that info gain. As he comes in to take advantage, knowing that they can come into this angle, only a shorty to face them down, and they are on the spike right here. They are pushing further and further in. Swass with a great spot, spots the shoulder, trying to get away. And Maxshot actually finds one back, but it's still a 4 versus 2.
Can Backshot find another one? I'm willing to bet he can.
Yeah.
Never mind. Let me.
He gets double peeked. I mean, you weren't. You didn't have the best odds on that bet, I'll say.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that bet back. we're gonna have to reverse
Somebody's
that.
getting punished. All right. It's a nice round there again, but that was up against the save, of course. So once they spotted that shorty out, they kind of had all they needed for a short to get the spike down. 2-2 is the score, and gun rounds are looking to go in Casual's favor instead of Sup Buddy, who obviously got 2 rounds off with a pistol. This is something.
Yeah, this is going to be a good round here for sure.
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying like this is going to be a good round. Everybody has full utility, full guns. Like this is a good, because like the other 2 rounds, like yeah, like they had guns, but like they were still missing like full utility and stuff like that. So this is going to be a good round here. So far they're defaulting, which is
Guess
pretty
he got
good.
some info there with the double peek coming out showers, but took 50 damage in return. So you normally, you know, back off and say worth, but they didn't get a lot of control. They aren't scaling right now.
And Guess is still kind of like he was sticking around. He wanted the fight, and Issei very bold. Just not scared that they're gonna just walk up and double peek him. So you know, toodles to him. But it looks like they want to gather up and hit this A side again, and they have been having a lot of success so far getting onto the side. And Swastik again finds the entry onto the side. He keeps finding these opportunities in these early fights, and well, it's up to Ender here in U-Haul. Can he get Ryan? Ryan goes down. That's a huge frag by Ender here.
Yeah, great work. Issy's pushing into the back of site, but once
look
again,
at
pretty
this.
low.
Wes, why are they in CT? They're still on B. Ender,
30 seconds left.
Ender needs help. This
Site
man is
Site
ringing the
available for
bells.
the taking. Problem's going to be the post plant though, right? Because they are almost there on the peaks. They're just playing it real slow. They can see Casual strat. Spike hasn't even gone down yet. And in fact, the teleport comes in, but look at that. The Sova is there to protect. So they're heading into
10
Spike,
seconds
into
left.
B with the Spike. Kaloy, what can you do? If he denies the plant, the round is over. He denies it. Round.
Let's
That's
go.
it. 5 and the round is over. The defense holds. Amazing work by Sup Buddy. That is so good
Great
to
round.
leave the Sova on B. We've seen the teleport come already. They know all you got to do is deny the plant, and casuals are using every second of these rounds, but it's come back to bite them twice, Gunner.
Twice, yeah. It's definitely an issue that they really got to tighten up on because you know, 2 rounds, you know, 1 fine, it happens, you know, cool. 2, that leaves the door open for a 3rd time that could happen. But yeah, toodles to Sup Buddy for leaving Kaloy there. Super disciplined. I'm not gonna lie, I might have even rotated if I was him. So props to him. Really good stuff there.
They were so ready for that you almost expect like maybe there was some bot review going into that because he was exactly in the right spot. But they are going to hit thick and fast, not taking any more time. They learned their lesson, Gunner. They are already on site, and that's a 5 versus 3 as quick as you like.
They hit the gas pedal on that one. That is for sure. And look at that free B side, and you know, Cyan just, they said, all right.
Yeah.
You know, we messed up a couple times, but since we're taking too long, we're gonna cut that down, like right now.
Ryan does go down, but they've still got such a good setup here. The Viper, of course, still alive. Not anymore. That's the Viper's pit down, and actually, is there a chance here? Andrew's putting the smokes up. They want to do this retake. Guess is going to push out with the blinds. Folks are in a good position, and nobody is in sight. Everyone has to shoot from the outside. Swass goes in hard. Black comes in. Swass goes for more, but Guess is bringing it back. He cannot get the defuse though, and it was an absolute banger at the end of the round, but it's still going to be the equalize from Casual Cyan. Oh my god, I just lost my mind at the end of that round.
That was chaotic. That went from 0 to 100, from 100 to 1,000. That was crazy. That was sick. Unfortunately, Guess isn't able to defuse there, but still good on him. Came out, got some really good trades onto his teammates, but yeah, they just took a little too long on that retake. And listen, it was a 3v5, so you know, they almost made it work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Totally fine from them. They are gonna have to save here, but like you say, they are totally good. And you heard him. You want to play? Let's play. Tour de Force is out for Swass.
Tour de Force. Let's see it.
What?
Could you imagine he just shoots?
Yeah, it just takes a shot through the wall. Oh man, that would be some question marks in chat after that. Cosmic Divide is down as well. Swass doesn't even pull out the Tour de Force, goes for one, and peeks away, but there's Kaloy as well on the Hunter's Fury. Looks like Swass did manage to survive, but didn't find the frag. And once again, the teleport played. This time they pulled the fake. B is wide open for taking right now. No problem at all, and the kills came through as well. This is going to be another round here, and finally, Casuals Cyan are going to take the lead.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunately, Issa is not doing too hot right now. He's actually at the bottom for his team, but everybody else is definitely stepping up right now on all cylinders. So
I have to compliment Issa because he's picked up the Viper, right? Like, it's not the classic, you know, lots of fragging. There's other players on Casuals Pink who can do it, or Casual Cyan who can do it. We talked about this before.
Right.
You know, that they are not a one-note team. They were not just missing a fragger and then they complete their squad. They've got the duelists. Right. So, yeah, I like, you know, we know that Issa's like a young, hot player, but the fact that he's able to pick up this controller and, you know, able to play a different role, not try to be the star player like he was on Sup Buddy, it just shows, you know, it's a really good sign for me, honestly. Funny to say, you know, him bottom fragging is a good sign, but I honestly think, you know, it shows depth as a player.
yeah, no, definitely. Especially if it's not something that he's used to. You know, I've played Viper. I cannot play Viper to save my life, so
I've never even tried it. I don't want to manage poison. I don't want to learn lineup.
Yeah,
Get me out of here. Get me on stage and raise. That's it.
Yep. Let's keep it simple. I'm not doing no lineups. I have no idea how to use this wall. Good luck, everybody.
Oh man, we're exposing ourselves right now. Flashes are gonna go into the B site as a 5 versus 5 still on the round, and it is a full gun round. So the fights are about to be taken here. There's presence behind the site. This is gonna be big.
They're on the side, no resistance. Ender finally gets one, gets two. It is the 9. The side. Issa comes out of nowhere, gets 2 of his own. Ryan, ooh, expecting Wow. Okay, that pre-fire though, I would have been tilted if I were colorblind. I just saw that. I'm like, oh, this guy knows what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He's aware. He's aware. He's aware right now. But three versus two. This is
Player standing.
wow.
Oh.
Ryan is just Ryan had his number. Ryan definitely had his
Ridiculous,
number.
man. It is ridiculous, and this is what we saw
That
all
is
last season
insane.
as well. He just gets it going so
Wow.
well. And yeah, 5-3 now, and Casual Cyan are starting to heat up a little bit, man. You can see, you can tell the energy is there for this team who, you know, they were denied that grand finals last time against the seasoned, you know, Brilliance and mostly Harmless. They are hungry for this tournament right now. They want to make
They
a
got something to
statement right
prove.
here. This is their opportunity. You know, Sup Buddy was also a huge challenger. Taking this map is the first step. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Big push into
Oh boy.
Ryan is ready to go, and there's going to be an absolute lawnmower in A-Short right now.
A massacre.
Boy.
Kaloi still gets. I mean, they got 3. That is.
Yep.
Yet again, just not at all.
Issy's laughing about that in chat, and yeah, you know, sometimes you got to go for that all 5 by pistols run down A-Short. You know, it's classic.
Need a
You
drop.
can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it. It's
Exactly, yeah,
timeless.
it's
It's
such a
timeless.
staple.
Since beta, you know, you just can't
Yeah.
can't go wrong with a good old push.
Something
Doesn't go their way though.
I
But
was talking about Raze, you know, being such a good agent on this map because of the, you know, choke points and because she's so able to clear out small corners. And nobody played the Raze. They went for, you know, these initiators instead, in particular on Casual Cyan. Issy in particular, well, Issy as well goes for the Viper. So, yeah, not making use of that Raze was still so effective on the enemy.
does he usually play Raze? Is that one of
Issy
his?
was kind of a duelist player before.
Right.
Did a bunch of flex. A lot of people flexed in the last game.
Right.
I was expecting him on a duelist just because I know how he likes to play. But
Right.
yeah, you know, like I said, people change.
They do. But what's not growing, or what is growing, is Cyan's lead.
True.
By another round.
was coming in with the off here. Comes in from spawn and finds 2 frags. Just not a complete setup on the post plant. It's now a 2 versus 2.
Lisa was just kind of out in the open though.
And it's so hard to get to this spike right now. They just don't quite have it.
God, yeah. The utility, the actual utility is just so annoying. Swastik pulls off the headhunter. That was the headhunter, yep.
Yeah, the headhunter gets 1. The Vandal gets the 2nd. 7-3 is the score. Really close one. Nice try by Drazo to grab those 2 op kills as he came into the site, but it wasn't enough. The post plant, it's just, you know, A site's so hard to retake once you're stuck in like that if you don't have a flank. And we got a couple more rounds left in this half. Attacking, you know, definitely is a challenge on Bind in certain situations.
Keep up.
You know, Sup Buddy is set up for attack. They've got the 2 duelists, of course, and you know, Astra always excellent there, but you hope for a couple more on defense for them.
Yeah, Draco's not having a hot game right now. He's actually 5-9, which unlike his first game was popping off. He was definitely, you know, having a huge impact with the Raze.
And from their rivalry with mostly Harmless in the last season, Casuals have got a lot of experience shutting down duelists, or at least trying to, you know. They've kind of perfected, they've made an art out of that silence.
Oh my god, that awkward fight though.
Very awkward fight coming in, and it's now only Nero remaining. So that's great work there from the defenders. Nero is holding on to the spike, so could sneak a plant in here actually and grab some money.
He is gonna go for it.
Even Cosmic Divide available if you want to get crazy. But Drazo's so far out.
Yeah, no, they got him. They got him, boys. Oh, he walks out. No way.
Wait, he spots
No
the net. That's
way.
No way, Nero. You are not doing this. Oh, has to reload, and that's the worst timing possible. Yeah, you know, we were right. You're not doing this.
Sneaky deaky though. He just walks out very smoothly onto the left-hand side and just takes Drazo. Poor Drazo's not having a good time right now, but
Yeah.
team holding it down for him though.
Yeah, like you said, Guess able to pop off here, able to top frag, and it looks good for the Reyna. They need this last round, though. It's really, really important to grab this because, you know, yeah, like we said, the attacking side, very challenging, especially up against the single duelist comp. You have Viper, who's so hard to push into, Astra, Chamber, of course. We're still waiting to see kind of how what Chamber can do on the defensive side, especially in this tournament. But
yeah, and you know what's weird? He's considered a sentinel, but he doesn't feel like a sentinel. He almost feels like a pseudo duelist almost,
Yeah.
right? Like with his utility.
Spike down
Viper's pick
A.
comes out. Ender already sprays through 5 versus 3 here on the retake.
Look at Drazo though, he's ready, but that Viper ult is just gonna deny any visibility onto the site, so it's kind of sketchy right now.
It's
Kind
really
of sitting by waiting, but what if Ryan just updrafts into Drazo now? That
Yeah,
might-
yeah. Oh man, he's seconds away from death.
I feel it. I feel it. Oh no!
They
Swastik.
Now that they've sprayed through, do they expect that?
There's no
Yes, he
way.
finds the judge kill. But Drazo's still up here. They have no idea. What can he do? This is so important. You've got to be so
to look
smart to
under
play
him.
this. Fake. Drazo goes. Drazo right clicks, gets out of the way. Nothing happening there.
Not bad though. That could have been really bad there, and he's gonna catch, eats it. That is huge. The Viper ult goes down.
Lloyd.
But look at the immediate reaction though. Ryan immediately takes TP with Swastik, and they have the B site for free pretty much.
Yeah, Kaloy was ready, but lost the aim duel, and so it's a 2 versus 2 here. Retake with Ryan trying to go aggressive. Oh, he could have found someone. I think his palm might have blocked that, actually.
Oh, he wants it. He wants it. He's gonna get it.
Last player.
Oh, but
Swastik's there.
Swastik is too fast. He's gonna get the trade, and 8-4. What a half.
Yeah, really exciting. Probably, well, definitely the most exciting game I've cast so far. This is high level right here. And yeah, I
Yeah, no kidding.
love seeing this, man. It is so good to see these two teams duke it out again. And, you know, with the switches up and with, you know, a couple of new faces and a couple of old heads coming in here. You know,
Wait,
this is
Wes.
the life to cast this.
Are you saying that the last game wasn't high level? Are you saying that mostly?
You know, if we check the tape, I'm sure you will find that I did not say those words at all. Okay? I did not say that. And as a matter of fact, I don't think it's true. I think that there was some really nice stuff. It was just a clear, you know, preparation and skill differential. Doesn't mean it's not some fun and high-level Counter-Strike. In any case, we are in a much closer game here.
Yeah, this is I want to see what the Swastik is going to do defensively, right? Like you were mentioning. Sitting in U-Haul right now.
Yeah,
Oh, what am I saying? U-Haul.
Yeah.
Corner, and look at the dash in by Drazo. There we go. That's what we needed to see out of him. Just get aggressive, get in their face. Guess comes in with 2. Just gets a bunch of space open, and they just swarm the site, and it just pulled it out. That was beautiful. That's exactly what they needed to do. Hit him with some disrespect, hit him with some confidence, and well, there's the round for it.
And Swass used that headhunter to try to kind of get benefit, but yeah, playing in the cubby like that, you really have to hit that first initial shot because otherwise you're going to get swarmed, which, like you say, is exactly what happened. The pistol round is huge. That's a really good start on the attacking side for Buddy. So we're going to be able to use that to buy those SMGs and probably secure a round here. Swass playing up close. Swass definitely
wants it, he wants
here.
it.
Backshot may not be expecting this. Peeks out. Oh! Swass with the reaction. Unbelievable headshot there. That's going to start us off in a 5 versus 4.
Wow. That was a shot and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, he just sent Backshot Giver back to the range.
Yeah. Ryan continues the madness there. Another headshot. This would be pretty devastating to lose this.
What is
And it's
this?
only Ender remaining now, and he's now up against a bunch of sheriffs. There it is. Swass with the headhunter. That is unbelievable from the Chamber player, and this is what we've been looking for, man. Swass, we know he's got an amazing aim. Chamber is such a great agent for him because he does like to play those lurks and those supportive roles while still having the fragging power. So yeah, expect more of this, I'll just say that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even count them out with an eco. Like, they're just like, okay, yeah, we got deagles, but you know what? We also got really good aim. So
That's the strength of Chamber too, right? Like it's
Yeah.
never as satisfying and as sure an eco as you think. And here comes Ryan around the corner. Backshot does trade, and actually there's kills going all over the place. Izzy's coming up huge though with another headshot. 2 versus 2 when all is said and done. Actually, oh, never mind. I was about to say, wait, how did this happen? There's a knife.
What?
And Hans somehow got close. 54 HP remaining on Hans. Goes for the flash. Jumps around the corner. What is this? Wow.
what is going on?
Yes.
Hans, are you okay?
I don't know if I'm okay after seeing that.
Right.
But Guess has got the spike and he's on his way to B. So I don't know. I mean, does that mean that somebody came up ahead in this round?
I think so. I mean, and let's hope for their sake that that they do, right? Because they need this round. This is a huge round for them.
They absolutely do. And yeah, that was
Especially-
just chaos.
Especially because it was a force too. This is a force out of them, so.
Yeah, they would really benefit financially from this. They would still be on a rough buy next round, of course,
Obscuring vision.
when you look at their money, but it's a 1 versus 1. You got Nero,
Obscuring
plenty of
vision.
utility left. Nero's looking good on the Astra already.
Yeah, he's looking sharp on the Astra.
Guess doesn't
Questionable
really have
reload.
words available. Tap. Guess playing it smart. Here's the stick. And it's too far gone. Guess with a great headshot anyway. That's great work from Guess there, and just complete pandemonium and A short in that round. I don't even know. We gotta review that, but
Yeah,
I mean,
we gotta get a replay on that. But like I said, one of those players that you really wanted to watch on Sup Buddy is Guess. Guess is stepping into those shoes, and he's doing a good job. I mean, you know, he's top fragging the server, right? So definitely a good pickup. Definitely a good addition. And he shows it right there, right? 4K, big clutch. They're in the game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I love what Guess is doing right now. So calm in that clutch situation too.
Yeah.
You saw the way he jiggle peeked that. That's textbook right there. In a 1v1 with no utility available. So 6 to 9. Very nice score line here. And trying to make
Bit
it
of a
7 on Sup
force.
Buddy. Yeah, well, yeah,
Bit
a
of a
slight force. You can see
force.
like you say, the sheriff coming in for Nero.
And Issa with the Odin. Pretty weird. Pretty weird
Spotted
choice.
that too. I was just gonna let it happen.
You're just gonna be like, that's no big deal.
All right,
That's
there's
nothing
no-
special.
Who knows what's gonna happen with that?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
wait to find out.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what Mr. Issa has in store for us. Hopefully, it's something exciting. 'Cause so
All he
far,
needs
this
is
round is
one
going
kill.
slow. Yeah.
All Issa
Yeah.
needs is 1 kill, and then the Viper's Pit is up. So, you know, just spraying through with the Odin, hoping to get an errant headshot. Maybe that's the strategy here.
Yeah.
Placing screen down.
Push will come through A short. 5 strong. Actually, this one in showers.
Spike down A.
Yeah, that Ashley utility has been a thorn on their side, and there it is. Issa is gonna creep out with the Odin, but he gets immediately traded out. Excuse me. By backshot in showers, and this is looking a bit sketchy here. A bit dicey. Backshot not backing off. Somehow gets 2 there. Gets a 3rd. What is that round from Backshot Giver? That is insane.
That
What,
is
my-
third. And Kaloy was over at B anyway. Kaloy just said to Backshot, all right, keep him busy. I'm going to go plant. Backshot just takes all 3 kills. He's like, yeah,
Backshot's like,
this
"Don't
busy
worry."
enough for you?
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, I got you. I'll show you busy
Oh,
in a
that's
sec.
sick.
No, and what was
7-9.
crazy, he just kept repeaking. He
Yeah.
just kept
Yeah,
repeating,
I
like he
know.
was ice cold with the repeat.
To everybody who might be queued up with me in rank, please don't peek like that. You're not, you're not Backshot, okay? Don't peek like that. You're not supposed to do that. Don't learn. You didn't see that round.
Yeah, you didn't see any of that, right,
Feeding
kids?
any-
Don't repeat.
If you're around my rank and you saw that round, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
All right, 7 to 9 is the score. It's a full save basically for, well, you know, a very light buy of pistols and SMGs for casuals. Cyan, who are in the lead but seem to be close to relinquishing it. This game is getting so close, man. We couldn't have asked for a better one to end off the night. Remember,
Yeah, this is
a upper bracket best of 1, so the loser here will go down to the lower bracket but is not eliminated.
Yeah, this is definitely the match of the night for me, for sure. This is definitely very
planted.
competitive. And well, we're on a 5v4 here. Swastik, oh my goodness, him and that headhunter are just deadly. Absolutely deadly. Hans catches everybody stacking and comes up with
insane,
2.
dude. This is a save. They are absolutely destroying with these pistols. Here's Swass. It's only backshot remaining, and Swass finishes it off. Another thrifty coming in. You cannot trust an eco in this game.
But Wes, see, the problem there was the positioning was all off. Nobody was on the site. No, I mean, well, I guess there were until Hans came in and said, you know, sayonara, you know, like peace, you know, you guys are out of here. But you know, they were stacking 2 showers. There's no reason to really have 2 people sitting in showers. You want to take some more of the site control, and I mean, they got punished for it, right? The Asher utility cut them off completely at the choke points, and that was just easy.
Yeah, especially against the anti-eco, leaving yourself vulnerable like that. And ooh, might not pay off as Ender shuts down Swass early. Looking to bring a thrifty right back.
Yeah, Swastik, not sure what the plan there was, but you know, he wanted to teleport there, but it was I guess it was just too late. Like,
Yeah, it's
okay,
not, it's 4 frames.
There,
you got 4 frames after you press that button, so that's how fast you have to be.
Wow.
After Chamber presses that teleport.
That is impressive, and I guess you're right. This is going to be an exchange of thrifty rounds. It looks like just back and forth. This is okay. Backshot does go ahead and get the ult out.
Look at this fake.
Concealment.
Wow, they're
Blocking
all
vision.
on B.
Yeah.
Wow, huge by Backshot here.
Ryan was already rotating back until that finally came in. So yeah, this is almost a guaranteed round. I think they have to save here. So it's a thrifty for a thrifty.
Yeah. Thrifty.
Because look at this. Look at the flank. Back shot.
Oh, I just said it. Did Nero hear you or
around. Remember, folks, we do have a delay. I promise Nero didn't hear me. But the secrets will come out, and they are taking that to go for the retake as the
They're gonna go for it.
comes through. 4 versus 3. The 3 players have to retake. Guess has to come through. Oh, Guess goes for that knife. Doesn't find it. The defuse.
Oh, they're gonna
defuse
stick
coming in.
it.
They're not ready, and they couldn't peek. The Cosmic Divide wins them the round. Amazing work on that retake, and it's Nero with just mega game sense to turn around and find that kill on Backshot, who was trying to live up to his name in that round and did not get it.
No backshots were given in that round, but yeah, I mean, what timing on Nero though? Like, and Backshot did everything for them. He kept the rotators on the A side, gave them the info with the ult, got 2. He did everything. He did everything. Even if he dies there, that's on his team to close that round out. So they're gonna have to go back and review these small mistakes because it's costing them these huge rounds.
Brute of Force has been used by Swass, who hasn't gotten much impact out of that particular ability. You know, it's the free op, and he's picked up a Judge alongside it, so we are looking to see what he can do, but they are kind of trending away from B, and yeah, indeed, the full A hit is about to come in.
Yeah, I don't know why they're stacking B. Like, there's nothing that would indicate that they should be stacking B. And the gamble's not going to pay off here. They're slowly going to start inching towards the A site. And Cyan is going to take this pretty free here line.
Yeah, it's going to take forever for reinforcements to arrive as the hit comes in. Here we go. 5 versus 2 on site until the rest get there.
Easer with a great ult, though. This is going to buy them some time a bit, but the Cosmic Divide is so crucial right now. Yeah. And gets them the plans. Yeah, hard is an understatement, but Swastik, amazing first 2 Tour de France shot is going to open the round. Ryan gets the kill onto Guess, and this round is over. This round
They're looking
is
for match
over.
point right here. Yeah, unless Ender can pull off something ridiculous, and he cannot. Swass finally making that tour de force sing, and that is unreal from the Chamber player here. It's match point in favor
Match
of
point.
Casual's Cyan, and it's been very close, but Casual's Cyan just get that edge. They get one more edge, they get one more thrifty, and you know, they're against a very scrappy opponent right now, but you know, look at the scoreboard. This is amazing. They're all within like 5 frags of each other. Ryan and Nero, the furthest apart, 18 and 13. They are all contributing in the gunfire, in the gunfight department, in the firepower department here. And you know, that is what makes them such a dangerous team. Every single player is a threat.
Yeah, no kidding. These guys are firing on all cylinders. Ender is going to get caught off guard, maybe. Is going to go ahead and just step away. Doesn't want to get too aggressive, though. Gets blinded by Hans. Hans has been so good this game. He has been creating so much space.
Yeah.
And he's just, yeah, I mean, he's 15 and 15, but he's killing it. He's honestly
Yeah, it's
on the
sky
impact
factor.
frags.
It's
Yeah,
the sky
he's the
factor, you know.
sky
He's
factor.
yeah, he's like another duelist who just provides more for your team, and yeah, that's what the best sky players always do. It's pretty rare to see them top frag, but they're always in the round. And Hans, just as we mentioned his name, he comes out 1, 2, and Roy actually does find him though. Hans a little.
That was
ready
so
there.
unfortunate for Ender. He literally had 2 bullets. He sees the gun sticking out. And he just doesn't get the shot.
Standing.
That is
Roy, oh man, we
Defender.
can't even keep up, and they take the match. Casual Cyan, we said we needed a statement from them. Sup Buddy put up a hell of a fight, but Casual Cyan were the ones to take it. And yeah, well deserved, man. Like, this lineup looks great. We were talking about Issa before crossing over. Issa just slotted into the team. He wasn't gonna, didn't come out with a crazy fragging performance. All of them performed so well, and they just have such a cohesive unit right here.
no, absolutely cohesive, and just like you said, yeah, he's slotting in quite well, right? Like, especially if you don't play Viper, or if you're more accustomed to being more aggressive, like, you don't want to be aggressive on the Viper, right? Like, you
Yep.
want to stay alive and provide those lineups, you know, post plant. So yeah, props to Issa. Interesting. It was a great game. You know, Sub Buddies, they got to go back and work on the little things, because that's going to make a huge difference for them.
Yeah, they have the firepower. You know, Guess
Yeah.
comes in, top fragging, equal with Ryan in the server, looking amazing, clutch plays. You know, just really, really good, good combat score there. He had the highest in the game, 305. Really, really impressive stuff from Guess. But in the end, yeah, it was the full team effect coming in from Casuals, and we know how often they play. We know that they are constantly grinding, they are constantly trying to improve, and they, you know, they are relentless. And so it's only a matter of time, man. Casuals are on their way to the top spot here. Mostly Harmless better watch their back.
Yeah, they got a contender. They got a contender, so we got to see how they match up.
Absolutely, and we will see them match up tomorrow, I do believe, in the winners bracket. It's going to be a hype game, gentlemen. Tomorrow we're back at noon. But let's talk a little bit more about this game. I want to talk about, there's a couple kind of highlight plays I thought was very cool. Kind of honestly highlight plays from Sup Buddy. A really great strategical play in round 5, keeping Kaloy at B site when they tried to flank back to B. And he was there and denied the plant. Something like that, right? Like having that patience, right?
They pulled the teleport play a lot. You know, we saw it 4 or 5 times. We saw the A short push into the teleporter. And they weren't always ready in terms of Sup Buddy. They weren't always there, but that one time Kaloy was there, and that was the thing. So Casuals kind of picked up on this after those first couple of blunders where they left it too long and ran out of time. That was one of them, the round you're talking about, where all Kaloy had to do was get 1 kill. It doesn't matter if he dies. He just denies the plant, and the round is over. That happened twice, right? It happened 2 really significant times. And after that, we noticed Casuals starting to sort of bring it back. But yeah, great work by Kaloy to, you know, have that game sense, and great work, you know, by them to just basically call that. You know, it's the IGL, I believe, is Ender over on that team. So, you know, probably props to Ender there as well. Sup Buddy's still such a threat, you know. We saw them do some incredible things. We saw some wild, wild rounds where it could have gone either way. And yeah, you know, I really, really appreciate what Sup Buddy was able to do. But I just love this statement from Casuals because it's a new lineup. They've been talking a lot about, you know, how they've been practicing and bringing it back. They've been really looking forward to this. And yeah, they needed to make a statement right here, and they did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to. Sorry, just a quick shout out to the 2 rounds in a short that were absolute massacres.
That one
The
where
knife.
okay,
The
we have
knife
to
is
see
the
that.
highlight. The
At some
knife is
point,
the.
we gotta go back and see those again because yeah, Hans comes in, somehow finds a knife
It's a knife
in
kill.
the middle of like it's wide open. Like
Yeah.
I don't. It
Yeah.
was
How does
wild.
he just
Anyway,
walk up and just?
and then they still and Casual still lost that round somehow because I think because Guest just clutched it out. So yeah, just absurd scenes in a short.
Yeah, I mean, whoever is in charge of getting the clips, we got to get clips of that, and would love to
Yeah.
break that down in another segment sometime.
I just want to sit
Man,
back and watch it.
yeah, just sit
Yeah.
back
I just
and-
want to know how did he get there? Like, and who didn't kill him because someone messed up. Someone goofed.
Yeah. But let's look forward to tomorrow a little bit. That's mostly harmless versus casual Cyan. Matching up tomorrow, which is going to be a lot of fun. Do
Yeah.
we think that, I mean, we saw, sorry, let me say the question here. I'm getting a little slow on it right now. Mostly harmless really, you know, showed RSO what's up earlier. A bit of a stomp. This is a close game, but you know, maybe Sup Buddy is a little higher level than RSO. Do you guys think that we're gonna do a prediction already? Casuals, can they beat Mostly Harmless?
So either one, like I think we are seeing Casuals Mostly Harmless in the finals. As much as Sup Buddy is a threat, I just the other ones we gotta worry about are Six Playground, who are also contenders, but they did lose to Sup Buddy earlier today. And Mostly Harmless are yeah, like you say, they're going up against Casuals in the upper bracket. And the question is like, what is your what are you doing against a team that you're very likely to play against again the next day, right? What's your goal there? Like, do you pull out all the stops just to win that game and get the benefit of not having to play another one and just being in that grand final right away? Or do you wait and just trust we can beat whoever makes it to the lower bracket final and then pull out all the stops, just trusting you'll be in the grand final? That's kind of the game of chicken both of these teams have to play. And it's going to make tomorrow really interesting because it's just a best of one, right? Like, best of ones can go either way. But in this case, I think Mostly Harmless, just by sheer firepower, if that kind of situation arises, Mostly Harmless take it, I think.
Do you agree, Gunnar?
Yeah, I'm gonna be ice cold with it. Mostly Harmless is, you know, like I said, they're Goliath. So, you know, from what I've seen today, you know, I think maybe Casual definitely has, I think one of the best opportunities to definitely beat them. But everybody else needs to for sure, you know, step it up another notch tomorrow for sure.
Here's what I think is going to happen. I got a more specific prediction for you.
Okay.
I think that Mostly Harmless are gonna win the best of one. I think it's gonna be on Icebox or Haven or something, and they're just gonna shoot heads, and they're gonna win.
They're good at
They're
that.
not. It's not gonna be like it'll be close, but like not. It'll be like this game, right? Where it was competitive, but not super threatening. And then I think Casuals are gonna win the tournament 2-1. I think they're gonna win the grand finals 2-1. Because I think
fair.
that Casuals, the prep that they have been going through, while we know Mostly Harmless, they are amazing players, and what they do is they really don't play together much until these tournaments. They don't practice much. They just come together. We're good. We can do this. Ian on Gline and, you know, the likes of like Cubed, they've played CS together for years. They get together and they just frag out. And Casuals, I think, have reached the point where in a best of 3, they can defeat that style. In a best of 1, I don't think they can do it because of just the nature of kind of the stakes of that upper bracket. But in the grand final, I think Casuals take it. That's my prediction.
Oh,
let me-
Casual.
Oh, you're saying Casuals?
I think
Whoa!
Casuals lose the best of one in the upper bracket. They
Okay.
beat Somebody in the lower bracket final, and they win the grand final 2-1. That's my
You
prediction.
heard it here first, folks.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hold on. Because there's a little bit of confusion. Wes, your prediction may change. How
Okay.
this tournament is working. So we've got
Yeah.
best of ones going into semifinals, which are best of threes. Seed
Yep.
1 plays seed 4. Seed 2 plays seed 3 in best of threes. Then we go to a best of 5 final.
Oh, this
So
is.
they- so-
I'm looking at a bracket that
You're
makes
looking at a
me
different
think something's
bracket.
different.
It's not very clear.
Ah.
So I thought that I would
All right.
specify that. So it's
All right.
it's
Best
taken
of
me all
5.
night, the 4 hours we've been streaming for me to understand the bracket. So it's all good. Seed,
Man,
we're gonna
I
have
was,
4
I was like,
teams.
this is such a hot take. I'm gonna nail it.
Okay, but here we go. We can still talk
Alright.
about it though, right?
Let's
Because
go back, let's
now
go back.
now
Right.
you're shifting. Basically, what you're saying is mostly harmless gets to the semifinals. They're going to be as the number 1 seed. They're going to go up against the number 4 seed. Casuals are going to be 2nd seed. So they still won't see each other until the finals, yeah?
Yeah.
In the finals, there's best
Actually,
of
my-
5.
Yeah.
What does your prediction say the same?
No,
Is
my
it
prediction
3-2?
stays the same.
3-1?
Then. I think that
Okay.
that Mostly Harmless win the best of one tomorrow. They both end up in the grand final at the end. They both take care of whoever they have to play to get to the grand final. And in the best of 5, I still think Casuals wins. Yeah, I think that since they've been playing so much, the best of 5 makes it even better. I knew it. No, I knew it. This was all planned.
That's it.
Best
It
of
was
5.
it.
Casuals have been
It's
playing so much.
destiny.
Casuals can play Fracture probably. They can play these maps that are new.
Whoa,
Mostly
bold
Harmless, they
statement.
have to like flick onto heads, and they're like, where do I put my crosshair going around this corner? Underneath the tunnel at Fracture. Like, I think Casuals by virtue of having played so much. The one thing to think about it though is Mostly Harmless. Revo actually has really been grinding. Revo is really got his sights set on something even higher than this. He wants to break into that tier 2 and kind of get find a dedicated team who's going to compete in higher and higher level tournaments. So we're looking for Revo to pop off in that best of 5. But in general, I like Casuals for the best of 5. I think if it goes to any sort of series, I'm favoring Casuals. That's still my hot take. I'm sticking with it.
Okay, I respect it. I hope you're right. I want to see that. I hope you're right. That would be.
I know
That would be exciting. Yeah, that would be something.
That if I'm right, the tournament rules, man. The tournament
Yeah,
is so hot.
Yes. Okay. New question. We got a lot of Valorant to cover here yet, folks. Before we get to the grand final on Sunday, are we looking at any upsets? If Wes is wrong and it's not Mostly Harmless and Casuals in the final, Gunner, you looking at someone to upset one of those teams?
I mean, there are still some teams that I haven't seen play, so I would kind of like to see them play and kind of have a better idea what else is out there in terms of a threat. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Wes. I think that Casual Cyan here is definitely they're definitely the ones to dethrone Mostly Harmless. So a best of 5. That's tough. That's a marathon. That's not.
Yeah.
There's
That's not one. That's a
I could do a whole
marathon.
podcast episode about the implications of this, because the thing is, there's so much experience on the side of Mostly Harmless, and like being able to kind of hold your nerve for an entire best of 5. Best of 5 is so much, man.
It's
Best of
long.
5 is so much Valorant, and so being able to hold your nerve for that long the whole time, experience could come into play as well. So there's definitely an argument for Mostly Harmless. I just want to predict Casuals, man. It'd be so sick.
We'll give it to him. We'll give it to him.
That final, the best of one's going to be just a taste, in my opinion, of what the final's going to be, which is going to be hype as hell.
All right. Well, we will be back tomorrow for some hype Valorant gameplay here in the Canadian Esports Championship Series. Rather, it's late. Starting to stumble on my words. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to Brooklyn Bodega Esports for making all of this possible, as well as Red Bull, No Frills, and Jack.org. Gunner, Wes, it's been a pleasure, gentlemen. But of course, the pleasure isn't over. We're going to be back tomorrow at noon. We'll see you all there. In the meantime, stay safe, stay salty. Good night.